Happy Singles Awareness Day, everyone. Uh, for those of you who are joining us tonight in reverence towards Valentine's Day, whether you're single, whether you're in a relationship, we just really appreciate you guys being here. We've got a really fun game tonight, and this is our second show of the week, which I'm extremely excited about because we don't really do that too often. But the other thing you might notice is we have an extra individual with us tonight, Josh McDonald. Yeah. Our good friend Josh. So if you guys watched our MCU Super Bowl showdown last night, Josh was one of the kind chat members who gave us some very accurate insights into some of these films. And he's a good friend of mine who shows up on the Saturday morning comic aficionados. And so we said, you know what? Why not have a comic aficionado with us tonight to really give us some insight into some of these characters that we will be shipping together, I guess. So, but yeah, man. So welcome on to the show, and we're super glad to have you. How are you guys? Yeah, of course. How are you guys both doing?
Good. Yeah. I'm ready for round two. So I'm really excited about this because last night, Josh and we butted heads occasionally. I won most of the time from what I recall. So I'm very excited to go at it in person tonight.
Awesome.
True. This should be very interesting. Yeah.
It's going to be fun for sure. I'm doing quite well. I was off today, so having a nice day. And I believe the interaction to ask if I wanted to come on tonight was, hey, I know you're single and not do anything, so join the stream.
Oh, yeah. Right. No,
I'm kidding.
No, that is just blatant lies. The actual phrase was, "Hey, idiot! I know you're not doing." No, I'm kidding. But no, I reached out to Josh, and he was super accommodating, and I was like, hey, instead of having you in the chat, we had so much fun with you in the chat. Why not just have you on the show? It'd be so much easier to have a conversation. So he said yes, and was super quick to respond, and we were able to get him on here. So thanks for being free so last minute. And McKenna, thank you for sharing the screen, because normally I try to make this the McKenna show as much as I can. And so Josh might steal some of the thunder tonight. We'll see.
I'm just ready for you guys to nerd out and me sit here and be entertained.
Roman, yes, I do have a beer tonight. And my friend, it is good to see you tonight, brother. By the way, thank you for the donation. Before we get started and start doing anything, Roman looks like he was like a quick little sneaky assassin and put in $5 before we even started tonight. He says, excuse me, let's settle this now. Max would be my superhero marine wife with magic silkies and an enchanted silver bullet. Maybe it's creepy, maybe it's not. Cheers, Max and McKenna. Thank you so much, Roman. And you know what? If I could be a marine wife with silkies and a silver bullet just always around the house, like cleaning and doing whatever, like I would gladly take that life. If I could wear silkies all the time and just be someone's, sugar mama, sure.
We can just end the stream right there. Thank you guys so much for coming out. That's all we have for you tonight.
Everyone is going to clip that and then just, have it go out to the world.
Yeah.
But Roman, no, thank you so much for the $5. That was very generous of you. And as always, of course, I have to play the clip, man. Of course.
By my life or death, I can protect you. I will. You have my sword.
You have my sword and my magical silver bullet and silkies, my friend. So thank you so much. And Trouble Green, we're already going to get into the silkies talk. I'm sorry. It's just, that was Roman. All right.
I mean, it is Valentine's Day, so I've been preparing for this.
Right? I mean, if they had red silkies for guys, whew, I don't know.
Oh.
Bright as day. Who won last night? I passed out. So the consensus was Infinity War was the final winner of the night. It was a close call. It was one vote off from Winter Soldier. Right?
Yeah, Winter Soldier. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like the final three were Guardians, Winter Soldier, and Infinity War. So excellent, excellent decision. And if you guys don't know what we're talking about, go back to our previous show that we did last night, where we did a Super Bowl single elimination round of all 22 MCU films, excluding Captain Marvel. So Steve says, hello again, everyone. Sorry I'm late again. No, dude, you're right on time. I mean, it's only 6:08. You are not late at all. You're totally fine. And to everyone else in the chat, Battle 66 Delta, Troubled Green, Legion of Comics, Roman of the Empire, all these guys, thank you so much for being out here tonight. Ash, great to see you. Michael, what's going on, brother? We are very, very thankful to have such a great cast of people in our chat. Oh no, Ash already saying it's rigged.
Ash and I are on the same page.
Like I said, it was close. It was one vote, and that was excluding those two Russian bots that came in at the very end. They tried to get there.
I employed. So here's a question for you. Say that we had listed it out where it was not chronological, but it was we had let people vote beforehand on Instagram. You know, which movies would be paired in the first round, second round, etc. Who do you guys think would have ultimately won? Because that would have changed the whole dynamic of the game.
I still think it would have come down to those two movies. I think it was inevitable that it was going to come down to Winter Soldier and Infinity War. So
yeah,
I agree. I think it would have been the three that we had chosen: Guardians, Winter Soldier, and Infinity War. Yeah. I think we did eliminate some like pretty heavy hitters in the beginning there. But even still, I mean, like they're going to be like Ant-Man and the Wasp, like whatever that goes up against, it's already going to be eliminated. Not because it's bad, but just because there are so many other better ones that are in the lineup. So, but yeah, LT would have chosen Winter Soldier. LT, if you were here last night, brother, you might have turned the tides. But, yeah.
I know my friends failed me.
Did he vote for the wrong one? Was that what?
No, happened? They didn't vote at all. They just sat there. Yeah.
Wayne says, "Who are you calling a Russian bot?" I don't know, Wayne. I'm not calling you anything. I'm just saying there were anonymous voters that came in last minute. So Legion says, y'all just lucky Jennifer Garner's Elektra wasn't on the board. Would have been a clean sweep.
I feel like you need to like reverse it and do the worst Marvel movies and have like Elektra and like, the Fan Four-tastic and all that stuff. That would be entertaining.
Dude, that is a great idea. I mean, we would obviously have to have you on again for that, because that would just be, it would be something to like a sight to see, because now people would then get angry over like how trash a movie is as opposed to like how great the film is. So Nosferatu, thank you for being here, brother. Thanks for being in the chat. But yeah, Legion, you're right. Anything other than Jennifer Garner's Elektra and Ben Affleck's Daredevil, I mean, we're talking top tier. That's why I didn't add them, because I knew that they were going to sweep the board. It's kind of like the Daredevil Netflix show. If that were on there, it would have swept. But direct to video Man Thing from 2004. Josh, have you seen that?
I have not, but I'm curious now.
I'm never even heard of it. Yeah, right. Gosh, now for those of you who are connoisseurs of film, if you don't know, one of my favorite filmmakers, producers, directors, actors, writers is Neil Breen. If you guys haven't heard of Neil Breen, go check out his stuff. It is cringy to the extent of they're all like indie films, and he's produced them on his own, and it's so laughable. It's amazing. It's our generation's like The Room, if you guys know who Tommy Wiseau is and all that good stuff. So Neil Breen has produced 5 films, and each one is funnier than the next. But yeah, our good friend Devin says, "What's going on, Dodgers?" Doggers?
Doggers?
Did he mean? Is that a Canadian thing?
I don't know. Is that a Canadian slang?
Or is that I was going to say Dodgers, but Doggers.
If it is, you have to say it in a Canadian accent.
What's going on, Doggers, eh? Well, to all the Canadians out there, hey, honk honk. So, oh, hi, Mark. Thank you, Legion. I appreciate someone gets my. Oh, Nosfroxy says Neil Breen is a legend to the American Tommy Wiseau. Absolutely. So let's get right into this thing because I don't want to take too long to introduce what we got planned tonight. But like I said, I've got Josh on here tonight because he is a writer, he is an author, a creator, all the above, but most importantly, he is an aficionado in a lot of these characters, in a lot of these comic books and stuff. So I figured who better to know their personalities inside and out, to either be like a tiebreaker or to kind of give us a different perspective on things. So essentially what I've got tonight, and I'll share my screen for everyone to see, but you've maybe seen this on YouTube before, which is a tier list. We've customized this one specifically to have, how many rows is that? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
How much beer have you had?
I know. Hey, it's small on my screen. Okay, no, and I'm not even like I'm a quarter of the way through this one. Don't worry. But so we've got a couple different rows here that we've customized. The first one being waifu/hubby material. So if anyone sees a superhero that they think is better than S rank, like top tier epic, this is someone I want to marry type of material, we're putting them there. On the other end, we have actual dog shit human being, terrible person to date, terrible superhero. We're going to put them in that bottom tier list. And so we're just going to go through the litany of characters that we have here. And I believe they're all alphabetical order. This is a pre-made list though. So I did not add nor take away any of these characters. These are just what the ones that are on here that are pre-made. And yeah, we're just going to go through some of these and see how much fun we can have. So chat, feel free to join in, tell us your thoughts, give us your opinions of who you think should be where on this list. And we'll go to you guys to defer to some of your opinions or whatnot. But we'll try to steer clear from some of the villains. But let's just get started with kind of an easy one. Just kind of, in my opinion, middle of the road. But we'll go with Ant-Man here. Ant-Man, I'm gonna put him in B just for now so we can determine where he needs to be at. But this is, let's say, OG Ant-Man, like none of the different versions. Like this is OG Hank Pym, and we're just going to go with that. So, McKenna, do you know much or enough to kind of give your thoughts on where we could put Ant-Man here?
See, I take so much offense to that question, Max. I've been doing my research. I have a spreadsheet over here.
I think I could
That's awesome.
completely see an Excel sheet of all the characters and their listings of like pros and cons.
Pretty much. That's pretty much what I've been doing. No, if I say anything of value tonight, it's because I have an earpiece with Josh, and I'm like, please help me.
Good call. Good call.
We'll go in the private chat.
No.
Yeah.
No, luckily my dad's into comics, so I've been picking his brain a lot. No, Ant-Man, I do know enough, and I would put him in D.
Wow. Okay. All right. Josh, what do you got, brother?
I would say D or actual dog shit because he's kind of an asshole and he likes to hit the ladies. So
that is my understanding as well. I didn't want to crush anyone's dreams before we like actually put him in actual dog shit. But considering that he is an actual wife beater, he will be our meter of like actual dog shit and waifu/hubby material tonight. So Michael, I apologize. I know you wanted him at C, but we got to kind of start somewhere to gauge where we need to put some of these characters. So that is our first. Roman says Hank is the ADS for sure. ADS, what do you mean by that, Roman? I'm not sure. Am I missing something? But
I think actual dog shit.
Okay. Oh, there you go. Thank you. Yeah. Good call. Good call. Roman, it's all of our military jargon and all of the acronyms that we use. I forget all of them. after only being out for a few months. Yes, Devin, he can grow in size, true, but if he grows in size, that just makes him more of a if he's 7 feet tall and is still a wife beater, that just makes him a larger, more aggressive wife beater, which is not good at all. Because then he's going to start killing people. So we are going to keep him in.
I think he meant in the bedroom. I think he meant he grows in the bedroom.
I was going to let it die, Josh. We're so close.
I'm sorry, McKenna.
But no. I'm very aware. So I was trying to get Devin's mind out of the gutter because I knew exactly where he was going with that. I will save my bedroom comment for Daredevil, and you guys are going to see why. You might not think about it, but I'm going to save that one for Daredevil because I think I've got a good one. I've got a ringer, and he's going to be top tier.
I think I'm on the wrong stream.
No, you are exactly where you need to be. Already we're getting people saying this is going to be some stream. It really is. It really is. So I'm let's see. Oh, Legion says didn't matter how tall you could get. Cap still beat his ass for laying hands on Janet. Ooh, good call, man. That's why Cap is one of the greats. He doesn't take any of that shit from good old Ant-Man. All right, next we've got Aquaman, the king of Atlantis himself. And this is not Jason Momoa. So ladies, I know that Jason Momoa is the quintessential Aquaman that you all want to dream of. But unfortunately, we are going with classic Arthur, not the new 52, but like the actual, Aquaman that we know and love. I don't know. I think I'm going to put him, I think he's a good B because he's loyal to his people. And he's loyal to Mira. If we're not talking Flashpoint, where he like cheats on Mira with Wonder Woman or whatnot, that's the storyline, right? From what I'm remembering,
I believe so.
Okay,
it's been a while.
So I know, right? So I think he would be a loyal companion, someone who protects his wife, someone who protects his queen, his kingdom. So I think Aquaman wouldn't be too bad to date / marry. So AB is where I'm leaning towards. What do you guys think?
So for me, the movie ruined it for me. Oh. I could not stop. I could not take the movie seriously. I was the only person in the theater who was cracking up the whole time. I don't even know why. It was just so funny to me. Could not take him seriously. So after that, I just can't take the comics seriously. It's really ruined it. So I have to put him in D.
Really?
Yeah.
Whoa. Oh my gosh. McKenna, you're killing us. Because now we have to put that into the rating scale.
I'm going to screw up this entire stream. Oh, that's why we have Josh here to like pick up the pieces.
To even it out. Yeah. I don't know, Josh. What do you think, man? Is D? Are we thinking that Aquaman could be in D tier?
That's a big no for me. I was actually going to put him in S tier. I think he'd be a good.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you got to think he is married, or he was married in the comics. I think he's married again now. He's had kids. He's got a whole nation that he runs. He also serves kind of like as an ambassador for his nation with the land dwellers, and he's all about trying to have a community between the two. So until like you piss him off. But I think he's all about like, hey, let's be together. Let's do this. He takes a leader standpoint. I'd put him up in S.
I mean, it's all good points. The only thing I can offer is the surface, like, I just don't like the guy. So I think we should opt for Josh's opinion.
No, here's the thing, though. No, and it looks like A Trouble Green is with McKenna on this, but it's because it's the movie. Yep. We're talking comic book Aquaman.
It really ruined it, though.
If
we're compartmentalizing, then okay, fine. If it's just the comic books, fine. But we have to burn the movie.
Wow, I thought the movie was a bit tone deaf at times. It didn't know what it really wanted to be, but I still enjoy. It was still like, I guess, fun. Like it was very colorful. It was very comic booky.
It was so sad. Like there were moments where the movie was trying to be serious. The only way that I knew that was because everyone else in the theater was so quiet and intent on listening. And I was cracking up because I thought it was supposed to be a joke. I thought they meant it as a joke. The entire movie.
Oh my gosh. Okay. You also didn't like the newest Spider-Man movie, so that gives
that is beside the point, Max.
That gives us an idea of where you stand with films.
Well, Max, unfortunately, I have to side with McKenna on the latest Spider-Man movie. I thought it was okay at best.
Thank you.
Okay,
I don't care what you say the rest of the stream. You get an A+ from me.
I'm about to get a ton of hate in the comment section. The chat section.
I don't know, man, because we're getting a Trouble Green saying same. I think the thing is that this was also another fear that I had while running this stream tonight was that you guys would have come to like an alliance and start to go against me.
Absolutely.
And so that might be happening only 20 minutes into this thing.
I was about to say we're only 20 minutes in. Anything can happen.
Yeah, right.
We did not make a previous agreement or anything. Just kind of naturally, organically happened.
I know, and that's what's so great about these is that you start to make these great, organic, authentic relationships. Oh, everyone take a drink.
Everyone drink.
Take a drink. I don't have
Sorry,
alcohol.
Josh. If you well, you were here last night, but every time my camera goes out, we take a drink. So we've kind of got right in the middle because we have a couple people saying yes, A tier, S tier. I think he's A, B, but then McKenna and a Trouble Green think he's like D. So I think we kind of have to, put him in A because I think that's right around, like that's the average. If we take everyone's S and A tier and everyone's D tier, I think he lands right about in an A.
I completely disagree.
Oh my god! Where would you want him if you wanted a good
D? Because I think the highest vote was S. The lowest vote was D. Although I almost put him in dog shit, but I did not. He's in D. So you have to put him in. I'm sorry, B. Put him in B.
Yeah, we need a consensus, but there is more S and A than there is D, from what I'm seeing in the chat. So,
I see what you're saying. I don't like it. I do see what
so that's why I think an A is going to be a consensus. Now, granted, if we look at more of these characters and they start to even things out, we'll put Aquaman down back at a B. Like if we start seeing a pattern or something, we'll throw him into B. But for now, let's leave him in an A. Is that okay?
All right.
I also want to add on this is going to reveal how much of a nerd I am. But can you imagine how much game Aquaman would have? Because he'd be like, we make fun of him for talking to fish, right? But like, he's like, hey, you want to go to the beach? And, his girlfriend's like, sure, that sounds like a good time. He's like, yeah. And then he gets out there and he's like, you want to talk to some dolphins? And he gets all these dolphins to come up. Girls be like, oh my God, dolphins.
And they make a heart in the ocean. Like he like has them form a heart or something. The other thing too is that if Aquaman can pull Mira, which, in the films is Amber Heard or whatever, she's insane. But in the comics, Mira is gorgeous and she is a great queen, a great role model of a strong female character and someone who can lead Atlantis when Arthur is gone. So if he can pull Mira, like he's got something's going on. So I definitely think he's more than meets the eye, I guess I would say.
You know what, sad boys? We're only on the second one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Some of these will go real quick and easy though.
Oh, for sure. Like, let's go to our next one here. We got Batman. Huge name, huge muscles, huge bat cave, huge money, huge who knows what.
Is that Batman?
If you know what I'm saying.
Oh my God.
This guy's Ben.
Oh, you're grabbing Batman.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Sorry, these are all, we've got like Apocalypse here and Bane here, and we just don't have time for villains. They're already gonna probably be into actual dog shit. So But yeah, so Batman on money alone, um, because see, that's the tough thing, and I'll defer to you guys to what you think, because if I'm thinking, as a woman, I'm thinking about dating Bruce Wayne. Bruce Wayne is a classy guy. He's got a ton of money. He's personable. He's talkative. He's very smart. Intelligent. A man of the people. A man of culture. But he's got some mental stuff. He's dark. He's got some light switches that are flickering on and off and up in there. So, with that being said, would you guys be okay with that multiple personality thing and that deep dark depression, but yet a ton of money? It's kind of like, what are you going to sacrifice here? So, McKenna, what are you thinking with Batman?
I cannot stand Batman's character, his personality. I've never liked Batman. I think that he sucks the air out of the room.
Josh, I'm so sorry. I am so sorry.
I'm only saying this because we're states apart, so no one can slap me. So yeah, I think he'd be way too serious. Even the Joker caught that. So I don't think so. I think that I could not date him. I think that he's gonna have to be in D for me, and that's despite money. And I like money.
True. I mean, it's a like, I feel like when people look for a partner, they look for money, attraction. Yeah.
In that order.
Maybe not necessarily in that order, but so I don't know. If we're being superficial, definitely Batman's a good choice. But like you said, McKenna, if you're putting him in D, that's pretty dang low. Now, McKenna, if you haven't listened to our Saturday streams, Josh is the Batman expert. We go to him for our Batman news.
Yeah.
So that's why I was telling him I'm so sorry, because he's our resident expert tonight. So, Josh, what do you think about putting him in D?
Oh, Miss McKenna, I would put him in D as well.
Yes.
Oh
my gosh.
Wow.
That's great.
Look at that.
What I will say is there are actual psychology books written about Batman and his character and Bruce Wayne. And you have to keep in mind everything that we're saying is the positive about Bruce Wayne is his persona. Bruce Wayne is his persona that he shows to the world. It's not who he is. He's very much all about Gotham. He's all about his mission, and he doesn't sacrifice it. And he doesn't have this mentality of winning. He knows it's a never-ending battle. So you're never gonna get a good relationship ever. You're always gonna be second tier.
Sums it up beautifully.
He will always put Gotham ahead of whoever it is that he is trying to see. Whether it's Selena Kyle or Talia al Ghul, none of them matter in the grand scheme of his mission, which is, Gotham. So,
and see, I would never move to Gotham. I don't understand why people don't leave Gotham.
It's the same thing that with San Francisco, Los Angeles, New York. There are a lot of people who just love that city atmosphere. They've grown up there. They love it there. It's what they know. So I guess, that's how they feel about Gotham. But yeah, I'm glad that I waited to hear y'all's take on that, because I really wasn't sure where to put him yet, because I was more trying to see it from a different perspective, but you guys nailed it. I think Batman would be a terrible guy to date, marry, maybe good for a one night stand. He leaves you 10,000 on the nightstand to, go for the next morning or whatever. But after that, he's gone. So, okay. So next I'm going to skip over. We've got Beast Boy and Beast from the X-Men. I'm going to skip over these two real quick and go straight to Black Cat, who is she is the sex icon of Marvel. When you think of some of the most attractive women at Marvel, you think of the Black Cat outfit and her persona and her demeanor and how she interacts with Spidey and stuff. So I think Black Cat would be fun, but she's definitely not someone that you would try and actually date. because when she's with Peter Parker, she doesn't ever actually want to date Peter Parker. She just likes the idea of dating Spider-Man, not necessarily Peter Parker. So as a relationship, I think she would be terrible. But as like a fun fling, she'd be like an S or an A. So what do you guys think? Should we throw her a bone, give her a top tier, give her a bottom tier? What do you guys think?
Josh, I'm going to defer to you on this one.
I mean, I don't know. Do you consider a fling a relationship? I mean, I feel like she's that like, you know, you're in your early 20s and you're like, let's have hot girl summer type mentality. And like, yeah, she likes the idea of settling down, but she's like, yo, what other fish are out there? And it's like 1 foot in the door, 1 foot out. I'd probably put her at like a C.
Okay.
Because I do think the right person could get her to settle down.
Oh,
Interesting.
That's a great fucking take. That's a god tier take right there. Now the question is who? Because it hasn't been Spidey.
Huh.
Like, would we need someone like a like a Punisher or something? Someone who's like just really stern, just doesn't give a shit about relationships or anything, and she knows that it's like a hard to get type of thing where she wants to be with him, but he is like, no, I don't have time for this.
I mean,
and
as
she
the character,
she
does like the chase, so possibly.
Exactly. Or someone like a Captain America. But
I was gonna say, I don't know about Captain America, but I think it would have to be someone who makes her see beyond those surface petty things.
100%.
It would have to be like some kind of intrigue that goes much deeper and actually makes her think commitment.
I think that's where I'm leaning as well. It would have to be someone who has a good enough heart to where if he or she were to express their feelings for Black Cat, that she would actually see that and go, wow, this could actually be something worth it. But until then, she definitely has the hot girl summer thing going on. She's a floozy. She likes to be with all kinds of different guys. She loves the chase. We're going to put her at a C. So if we put her to D, I don't know if I could put her at D because, like I said, if you did have a fling with her, it would be the best. It would be the best fling of your entire life. You would never forget those few moments of being with her. But
and I feel like
after
too,
that,
like if
it
you,
would just be, yeah.
I feel like if you dated her after like you break up, I don't think you would necessarily have bad feelings. I think you'd be like, you know what, that was a really fun time in my life.
True. Like it wouldn't be. There wouldn't be like a harsh anger or aggression towards each other. You guys would probably both be in it for the same thing. Like, hey, we're both here, like looking for similar outcomes. Let's see.
Unless she absolutely leaves you in pieces.
I was gonna say, unless she like cheats on you.
Yeah, where she finds that from?
I don't know if she would cheat on you. She would definitely rob you though. Like if you know, like like whoever she slept with or was with, like you would wake, if you had a Rolex or something, you would wake up, it would be gone. You know, like your house would be ransacked. Like she would find every shiny little thing in there and take it from you. So
Roman has the best comments in the chat about her. She's fun but cray.
The scars would remind you. Yeah. Where there was a great see, there it is. C for cray. Fun but crazy. She's crazy. I give her a D. Well, yeah, we'll put her at C. I think that's good. I loved this comment earlier, Max. We're ladies. We do not do one night stands. You know what? How dare I? I'm so sorry. You guys have more respect for yourselves. I would never assume that you would do that. Let's see. Yeah, she sounds like a lovely human. She really is. All right, let's get to our next one. Do you guys have anything before we go on? Do you guys have anything like particular or anything that stands out about Beast Boy or Beast from the X-Men? I
love Beast. Or I don't love Beast, but I like Beast, but I don't think that he makes sense in a dating game.
Right. You know, extremely compassionate, very caring, would be sensitive to your feelings, your yeah, you would just be in tune with that kind of stuff. You'd be attracted to him and his personality, his character. But he is a 400-pound, walks on all fours, knuckle dragging, blue furred animal.
He has some interesting looking kids, that's for sure.
Yeah, that might not go down well if that were the case.
Anyway, that's all I have to say about that.
So, I mean, we could rank him, but I think we can rank Black Panther a little bit better. And I would probably put Black Panther right around Arthur here on the A. That's just me, because similarly to Arthur, he has a kingdom to run. He has people that he needs to protect, and so that same loyalty that he holds for his people and for his tribe, I think he would do the same in a relationship. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I agree with that. I don't love the movie, but as far as the comics go, I would put him in A as well.
Yeah, I would say put him there. Like Aquaman, he can be a little hot-headed at times, but I think if you're leading a nation, you're going to be.
Yeah, you kind of have to put your foot down on a few things every now and then. So, okay, cool. Well, there you go. Easy. Black Panther is at A. Our next one we have is good old... Oh, why does this not have like a background to her? That's weird. Oh, well.
Huh.
I don't know if you can see her well enough, but we have Black Widow, Scarlett Johansson herself, or as she's more notably known as, what's her real, like, her Russian name? Natasha Romanoff. I don't know. What do you guys think on this one? I'm gonna
go with D. I just feel like
Oh,
I
wow.
be lying. I mean, your whole past is you deceiving people, so she would probably be a better relationship than that. That would be my own concerns coming into play.
I think she's broken, and clearly she has a history, but I almost feel like she's on that edge where the right person could stabilize her. It's almost like, she could find someone who equals her out.
Well, we did see that a bit in the films with Bruce Banner, where she kind of lets her walls down and allows him to be vulnerable, and she allows herself to be vulnerable with him as well. I don't know. I kind of agree with Josh on this because of the fact her whole life, all she knows is lying, is trying to, being essentially a spy. And so you would never really be able to trust her fully, because that's just her job, is to not allow people in. So, and it's not like, oh, she's like a lot of fun to date, because I don't think she would be someone who necessarily, like, she's very serious. She has a mission, she has a job, she's going to get it done. And if that means dyeing her hair, changing her name, flying halfway across the world, like, she's going to do that. And you wouldn't be able to rely on her for anything, really. So
I didn't think about the fun part. But yeah, if you think about it from that angle, for a guy, she would probably not be fun at all. Very driven, very, okay, we got to get crap done. So yeah, I was thinking C, but I could see her in D.
Okay.
I'm gonna contradict myself a little bit. I do think what you talked about. She's so driven that I think if she did find the right person, she would do as much as she could to make it work. I might bump her up to C.
Okay.
So here's the question, though: are we thinking? Because I caught myself doing this. Are we thinking, okay, if this person were to find the right person, they would belong in this tier, or are we thinking for us personally, or just generally? What's our foundation here?
That's a good question. Now, for me, like, personally, I would have put Black Cat at wifey material or waifu material, because
Never mind, we're going general.
Exactly, because I am.
It says so much.
I am a simp when it comes to Black Cat, okay? And I will admit that. I will simp so hard for her. So I would personally put her in waifu. So that's why I have to give a more objective viewpoint as opposed to my own subjective, how I'm feeling. So that's kind of where I'm leaning. Does that help at all?
I mean, I just see now personal is not an option. So what about you, Josh?
Yeah, I'm good with general.
Okay.
Yeah, because then it would be all over the place.
Yeah. Yeah.
Roman says, I loved her in the Ultimate. She's hot, but will probably kill you in your sleep. I worry about the same thing with Mrs. of the Empire, probably a C or D. Roman, I don't think you have anything to worry about the misses of the Empire. However, the fact that you are choosing our stream tonight may get you killed later tonight. I'm not sure. So, but I do appreciate you being here. And Wayne says, wow, Max, revealing a lot about yourself. True. This is very true. I'm sorry, but I gotta embrace how I feel, right? So, but I think everyone is in agreement that we can put Black Widow right around where Black Cat is because of those similar reasons. If she were able to find someone to soften her heart, allow her to be more vulnerable, she would be super loyal, very, very driven, and probably someone you would get along with great in a relationship because of that drive that she has. But until then, there's no trust. So
the only issue with that too is if she finds a person like that and then that person unintentionally hurts her, then it's game over.
Ooh, then she would be put into actual dog shit, because from then on she would forever distrust anyone, so but, good call on that, McKenna. That's I think we'll still keep her at C though, but like you said, that is a huge wild card that I did not think of. Okay, so let's go to, we've got some like kind of B and C list characters here. However, we do have Blade, the vampire slayer. I don't really know much about his like relationship life. If he were to make you a vampire, then cool, you could date Blade. We've got like Cable, who's a time traveler. We've got Luke Cage. And then the next one is Captain America. Is there anyone on there that you guys feel specifically you'd want to have on this tier list?
I mean,
we could get Captain America. Yeah.
Okay, we'll go straight to Cap then. I think he has much more of a character as far as relationships go. I'm putting him at S and possibly even hubby material. If he is that loyal to his kin and country, he will absolutely lay down his life for someone that he loves, like deeply in a relationship. So I think it's simple. S or hubby material. That's me though. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I'm gonna ruin it again.
Oh my god.
I love what he stands for. I agree. He would be very loyal, very predictable, very stable, but also very boring. There has to be a little bit of spontaneity, a little bit of fun. And he's very romantic. I mean, over the, top romantic. But he doesn't have this, there's no puzzle to figure out. He wears his heart on his sleeve completely from the beginning to the end. So there's nothing interesting and intriguing. Okay, so let's just real quick, let me acknowledge that Josh was face palming almost that entire time. I know. just like so in his own feelings. The other thing is, chat, y'all were making fun of me for revealing my true colors about Black Cat, but McKenna just revealed her true colors because she's saying she wants someone who's, a little bit mysterious, maybe a little bit spicy. This is not the same. Not the same. Maybe someone who's got a little damage. Someone who's not so boring. Never said damage. And I'm demoting someone from hubby material down to middle zone. I think you were trying to take someone out of the gutter and put him on top. Okay. All right. That's okay. Good point. I can't rebuttal that. So no, you can't. However, we've got some people saying A. Ash thinks S.
Max's soul is slowly leaching out of his body. But hey, Devin,
We'll have your
thank you so
memorial
much.
after this.
I know, right? Yeah, we'll have a vigil. We'll have candle lights and everything.
Yeah.
But Devin, thank you for being here, man. Have a great night and a good Valentine's. We'll catch you on the next stream. But Josh, what with the recent news of McKenna outing herself as this, you know, who she,
you want to
go
finish
ahead.
that sentence?
Of who she would actually like to date, not some boring, honorable, noble, caring gentleman. What are you thinking right now?
I'm thinking nice guys finish last. That's what I'm thinking.
Bro, you guys can't be serious here.
No. I would put him as hubby material. Okay, I was saying nice guys finish last because you know you got the great guys and then they always end up not really being successful.
So true.
So
true.
I would put hubby material, and yeah, you could definitely say he's a big old piece of white bread. But I think like
For sure.
if you're smart about it, you're like, hey, train me how to fight. And if you've got like some like low level thing, I can join you. And then you go out and you do a mission, and you know you're gonna be like, you're so freaking hot. And then you know fires rekindled.
Good call. I like that. I
Also,
literally had never thought about that.
How can you say no to America's ass?
Oh my god.
Wow, Josh knows how to work it.
The answer is you can't say no to America's ass. I'm sorry, you just can't. Gosh, if nothing else alone, Josh's explanation, we should put him in hubby material.
Out of just respect for Josh.
Out of respect for Josh, I don't know, man. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, McKenna, did you actually say a ranking, or did you say how low? Did he just be lower?
No, Max assumed a ranking. I would have put him in B.
Okay, that's not bad. I mean,
I think he's good where he's at between the three of us.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I'll leave him. He will be our first S tier then.
Okay, well let me just redeem a few points here. Like if I had, realistically speaking, if I had all the comic book guys in front of me and I had to choose a husband, he is a solid choice, of course. It's just marrying him, I'd be like, well, this is it. I'm gonna have to figure out how to spice up my life.
You sound like you're going to prison. Well, this is it. I guess this is the end of my life. Like that sounds so like no man would ever want his wife to say like, oh, God, I guess this is it. You know, like,
And that's why I would not marry him.
all right. See, I think it's like, you know, hey, if you're young and you're dating, blah blah blah, and then once you're about to settle down, you go for a Captain America, and you're like, this is beyond perfect. It's so great. He treats me well, blah blah, all this other stuff that we could get into. But I do see where the white bread comes into, though, for sure.
Just because suddenly it's looking like I'm the villain here.
Oh my God.
And you're like knight in shining armor. Everyone just remember what he said about his opinion earlier. Yep.
I love McKenna's takes from A Troubled Green. I agree. McKenna's takes are super spicy, and I love the fact that, however, just a second ago, you almost gave me a heart attack, Josh, when you said that nice guys finish last.
Oh.
I was so scared because I thought that you two really did have an alliance between me. But
you know what it is? It's she's INTJ, right? INTJ.
She is.
What,
yeah.
Cap?
Yeah.
Oh, me?
No, you. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm ENTJ, so it's like the architect and the commander. We just like,
hey. Max doesn't know what he is.
I was going to say, I have yet to do Myers-Briggs, but you will be happy to know that I've done Enneagram, and I'm going to, well, this is going to give a lot away, but I am a 4, which is super odd. But for those of you in chat, for those of you watching, if you know what the Enneagram is, it's like one of those personality tests. So yeah, Myers-Briggs is another one, but
interesting, man. Isn't
which
7 like peacemaker?
I'm a 7.
Oh, I would have to look at that.
I think it's
Is 7 peacemaker?
I
took it last night, and mine is very interesting as well.
We'll have to do a totally other stream for personalities as well.
Yeah.
So now since we're on Cap, I guess I did see another one on here that I wanted to get your take, McKenna. And he's down here, but I'll make an exception and I'll bring him up to the top for now so we can give him a ranking. But our man Bucky, Winter Soldier himself.
You would.
So since you're so against, marrying our man Cap here, though Bucky is like the perfect crush, that cybernetic arm has got some game to it. You would just be thrown around the bedroom.
Oh my god.
Where are we putting Bucky? Because I don't know. Are we because with the brainwashing, with the technically he's a traitor to his country, but because of the PTSD that he's had from the cybernetics that he's been given, can he come back to humanity? Can he be someone who is redeemable and be in a relationship? What do you guys think?
I think if I had a chance with him, yes. The answer is yes.
Oh my God. Okay, all right. So are you thinking like A, B?
Oh, well, see, I did such a good job on our last stream putting my crushes aside and answering unbiased that tonight I'm just going to have to go full on crush. So he's going to be husband material for me.
Oh, whoa.
Yep.
Now you're just trying to play, because now you figured out how the game works. So if you give like a high number, we have to put them like right in the middle,
How did you know?
Oh gosh, there goes my camera.
Yeah.
So a Troubled Green also says, I would never trust Bucky. Those are some fighting words, McKenna. You guys have been agreeing on almost everyone tonight.
I would never fight my girl, though. We know better than that.
All right.
And honestly, she's probably right. We would be the friends that she would pull me aside and go, honey, you do not want to go down this road. And I'm like, I really do, though.
Yeah. Honey, no, he's not right for you. And then, you're like married. You guys have been married for 5 years and you're going to a Troubled Green and you're going, I don't know why I listened. I should have listened to you.
Yeah. Do you know any good therapists?
Yeah, right. Exactly. Roman, it looks like he says he is an ESTJ. Oh, interesting. Well, shit. Yeah. I didn't know that Saddam did a Myers-Briggs test. So I don't know. Or maybe they just did it for him. Who knows? But a Troubled Green agrees. So McKenna's got him in hubby material. I would probably, Roman says Bucky's awesome, but damaged. He thinks D. I'm probably going to put him somewhere where like, I would think I'd put him probably like around Batman. He just has had too much trauma done to him to where even if he were to be in a relationship, it would take years to fully get him back to normal, to where he could, be that person again. Ash is saying S. Wow. All right. Josh, do you have a hot take on this, or are you pretty unbiased? Or
I would probably put him middle of the pack somewhere.
Okay.
I feel like you got the brainwashing thing. Yeah, he's damaged, but I also think he's overcome a lot of that to a degree. So I mean, like if you look at his relationship with Steve, I think you see how much he values the people that actually see his heart. So if you get a woman that sees that, Black Widow, they kind of did this in the comics, never mind. But I would say if he has the right person and he's in the right mindset, like long enough and being unbrainwashed, I think you could actually have. It's kind of like you always have the bad boy in like high school and college, and you're like, God, they're just terrible. And then you don't see them or speak to them for like 10 to 15 years. And then you see them married and they have kids and they're an excellent dad. And you're like, where did this come from? That would be Bucky.
Such a good point. Man, I agree with everything. Put him in hubby material.
Oh my God. Just for that, I'm like seriously considering putting him at A now. Like, because that's such a good point. with his relationship with Steve, it shows that the people who matter to him the most, he will lay down his life for. He will sacrifice everything for. But that isn't to go without consequence, though, because of some of his trauma. But like you said, he has overcome a lot of that. God damn, dude. That's why we brought you on tonight.
I'll toss him another bone.
Oh, okay. Go for it.
Put yourself in Bucky's shoes. Okay. Say that you have been abducted, you're brainwashed, you have been through such trauma in your life, right? You're a broken individual, and you do have people stand by your side no matter what. You know, Cap has stood by his side through thick and thin. Wouldn't you want someone to stand by your side and put you in heavy material and just keep you there no matter what?
Now that's what's called manipulation. See, now you're trying to manipulate me into putting him in heavy material.
Unapologetically.
Yeah, right. I know what you're saying, though, McKenna, for sure. Because you want someone to never give up on you, no matter what. I think you also have to, I don't know, because, if you are dating Bucky, you have to kind of be protective of yourself and also know he's an incredible man, has a great heart, but you also have to protect yourself just in case something does happen that's traumatic or something dangerous that could happen, like Ken says here, not sure about Bucky, better have that code ready for his unbrainwashing, I guess, or his brainwashing. I'm not sure. Ken, is this the actual password or the code from the film? Longing, rusted, furnace, daybreak, 17, benign, 9, homecoming, 1, freight car. Nice. I like that. This is tough, guys. I want to keep him in B because I think it's a good balance, but I also kind of want to put him in A because if he did give himself to a relationship, bro, he's going to be 100% in. And he's a looker. He's super attractive, very fit, so you have like the whole package if he's able to give that commitment without his past traumas. So I don't know. Do you guys have I know, McKenna, you're going to say hubby material, but
I'm disqualified.
Throw us a bone and give us like something.
Oh, go ahead. No, better that you go.
I was going to say I'm good with the B because that risk is there.
Yeah, true. Okay. McKenna, are you going to hate us if we keep him in B?
I won't hate you guys for long. I'll get over it.
Okay, all right. Well, let's go to this one because I know, Josh, I'll let you start this one out, Josh. This is Catwoman, Selena Kyle. So I'm going to put her at B just for now, just because, I don't want to put her in I just want to kind of put her in the middle of the pack for now. But we'll move her based off of Josh's, summation of her because she's one of your favorite characters. Am I correct in saying that?
I like Selena a lot. I think she's got a lot of depth.
Okay.
But yeah, I would put her at C. And I say that because she's kind of like a cross between Black Cat and Black Widow. She's got the whole like I'm gonna steal your stuff, watch your Rolex or even maybe your nice shoes that Black Cat has. But I think and this is something we didn't talk about Natasha, but I think with Selena, the reason she's not a good relationship is she never had a family to be role models for her. So she doesn't know what a good relationship is.
Yeah.
And I think that kind of like disables her from ever fully giving in. And I think she kind of always feels like she doesn't deserve it, which is kind of like Natasha.
Yeah, that's a really, really good point. I was going to put her, at a D or a C. I think she is very, very self-centered, very out for herself, very, in it for the game, where I've never actually seen her give into her emotional side and allow herself to feel pain, love, relationship status, all that stuff. But I don't know her as well as you do. So I'm totally fine with putting her at C. McKenna, I don't know if you have anything else on this, but what do you think?
I don't know about her deeply from comics, I just have a surface level understanding, and from that surface level, I would have put C or D.
Okay.
So I completely defer to you guys otherwise.
Okay. We'll put her at C then, because I do think, like you said, Josh, that family dynamic, if she did have a family dynamic, she would be able to understand what that looks like. The only thing I would say about Catwoman, though, is that whereas Black Cat and Black Widow have these like redeemable qualities, if you were to get Selena Kyle in a relationship, do you think she would be that type of person that would be super driven or super into sharing their emotions with someone, like fully invested into a relationship? Do you see those same redeeming qualities in her as well?
I do. I think her problem was she would definitely get in her own way. Like she would be waiting for her, like she would be waiting to make a mistake, and that would hinder her. And I will just add, if this were Tom King's Catwoman, she'd be actual dog shit.
Actual 100% dog shit. Like if there was a tier lower than that, I would put her there. If there were Tom King's Catwoman, yeah, we don't want anyone leaving us at the aisle if at the wedding ceremony. So, all right, well, I like that. I think C is a good pick for her. Okay, I want to go. We've got a couple other characters here that are fantastic characters, but maybe not fleshed out enough to know how they would be in a relationship. We've got Colossus here. We've got Cyborg here. We've got Cyclops here. But the next one is Daredevil. And I want to get to Daredevil real quick before we move on. Daredevil, and hear me out. Catholic man, kind of not conflicted, but just a man of his own, of his faith, and is a bit conflicted though on his purpose of fighting crime and his faith of being a man of God. So if you were to have him settle down, I'm sure he would raise a family with that kind of Catholic faith in play. So I think that might be something that speaks to his character. But the other thing, and the more fun thing about Daredevil, I think, is though he's blind, every other sense of his is enhanced, including his sense of touch. So if you were to date someone who had like their love language was physical touch, bro, Daredevil would know exactly what you need every single time. He would be a total like hubby material. For me personally, for Daredevil, I think he'd be hubby material. For that reason alone, he would know, like he can listen to your heartbeat. He can hear understand you just by feeling, like touching your arm or touching your leg. He would be able to sense who you are, what makes you tick. He would know you so well just by his sense of hearing, by speaking, by touch, all the different senses. And I think it would also play very well in the bedroom. So of course I'm going to put Daredevil as hubby material, but that's just me. What do you guys think? Of course, Roman says, and Max made it weird.
I wasn't going to say it. The amount of thought that you put into that is both impressive and equally scary.
Oh, come on. Yes, it is a bit worrisome. I agree. It is a bit odd. However, over my left shoulder, I literally have a statue of him. So I think it's True. Warranted. Oh.
I would put him decently high up. I would say an A.
Okay. Josh, I don't know. What do you think?
I think I would put him in an S.
Okay.
I agree with a lot of what you said, and I think while his mission is very important to him, I do.
She goes, yeah. Sorry, can't therapy dogs do that? No, you're good. Yes, a Trouble Green. I think therapy dogs can do that. So if you're saying you can replace Daredevil with a therapy dog, I'm offended by that. No, I'm kidding. Sorry, go ahead and finish your thought, Josh.
I think as driven as he is by his mission, and a lot of people compare Daredevil to Batman. I think the difference is what actually drives them to do what they do. Batman is driven by vengeance, and Daredevil is driven by justice. So I think his approach to his lifestyle as vigilante is different, and I think he's also going to be super upfront with you and saying like, "Hey, this is important to me. I will not compromise on this. If you can find a way that we can make this fit, I'm down." So I think you got that, like, that issue just out of the way at square one. And then you just have to like worry about him getting killed. But right? No, he'd definitely be like a rock star in bed because he's like, oh, that heartbeat is getting faster. Hoorah.
Yeah, see, okay, I'm thankful that you said something because neither of you mentioned it. I was like, okay, I really am the weird one here. But yeah, no, I mean, he would be able to tell exactly, like anytime, like a bead of sweat, even something as simple as that, he'd be able to sense that, feel that. So you want, like, everyone in a relationship always, at least from what I've heard, wants to be known, wants to be seen and heard and understood for who they are. And in my opinion, Daredevil does that to a T because he would know you inside and out. And so that's why I have to go with a higher score for him.
Ken makes a great point in the chat though.
Oh, what did Ken say? Sorry.
True, but you would have no privacy. Dude's listening to you from down the block.
I think he would be respectful enough to where he could turn that stuff off. Now, maybe he can't, and he would just have to disclose that with you. Like if you are open enough with him, you would be okay with him knowing who you are, you know, and listening in on that stuff. I don't think he would be someone who's like looking through your phone or listening in on your conversations just as like a jealousy factor. I think it would be more so because he wants to protect you.
Yeah. If he's
thinking more like
it's more of a sense of concern, I think.
Correct. Yeah.
I was thinking like 5-year-old potty humor. I was like just bathroom breaks and stuff. Like a woman needs some privacy.
You're like
very
babe,
practical here.
You're like, yeah, babe, I'm just gonna be doing my hair real quick, and you just go to the bathroom, and he's like, yeah, sure,
you've got
your hair, right?
You've got the like shower running, you've got music playing, you got the hair going.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so funny. That's a great point, though. You could technically
just
hide it.
Things.
Yeah, for sure. That's so funny. Yeah, I think Roman, he says A or S. Ash says B. Okay. And I think that's it for Daredevil. But Nick, hello there, everyone. Good to see you. Just dropping by to say hi. Nick, thank you so much for dropping by, brother. Have a great night. If you can't stay, not a problem. We'd love for you to stay, but if not, have a great rest of your night. Roman says everyone has stabby thoughts, though. Mrs. of the Empire, for instance. Stabby thoughts, huh? That's awesome. Too funny. I don't know. Yeah, Josh, I love your portrayal, and I'll end on this. With Batman being vengeance and Daredevil being justice, that alone speaks to his character to where he's noble, he's honorable for a just cause, not for a dark and kind of disturbing way of justice, which would be vengeance. But his form of justice really is a noble cause that he wants to protect and serve. So I would give him S. And I think we'll move on to the next one because everyone in the chat, once I started talking about Daredevil being able to sense you in bed, I think everyone checked out. So do we want to talk about, so these are all villains. Do we want to talk about Cyclops at all? Because he's pretty milquetoast, but he's also married to one of the hottest women in the Marvel Universe, Jean Grey. And she obviously sees something in him there. So we could do Scott Summers, Cyclops, or we could move on to Doctor Strange.
I mean, I have a pretty low rating for Scott, but it's just based on I'm not attracted to anything about him.
Right. I think he's a great leader. but go ahead.
Yeah, I would put him at a D. He's kind of an asshole. So he is.
Yeah, as like relationally, I don't think he's not great. He's a Batman for sure. He is definitely motivated by his mission, by his leadership of the team of the X-Men, and I think Jean just likes that. I don't know, but it also probably helps because he doesn't show too much of an emotional side, and because Jean can read into him and probably hear his thoughts, she probably doesn't need him to vocalize that, but who knows. Okay, so Doctor Strange. We'll move on to Doctor Strange, and then I think we have like Elektra up next. But Doctor Strange, yeah, that's a bag of freaking hammers right there. I don't know. I would probably put Doctor Strange at a D as well, just because I think he's so intelligent and so involved as his role of the Master of the Mystic Arts. I just don't think he would ever have time for a relationship, nor is he interested in a relationship. But McKenna, I know that he is one of your favorite characters. So what do you think?
So he is a favorite character of mine, but I would not date him ever.
Yeah.
I would put him at a D. For so many reasons too. I mean, we mentioned this the last live stream, but he has a major ego. That's pretty consistent as well. He's way too analytical, way too dry. There would be nothing about him that I'd find intriguing or mysterious or fun or romantic or whatever. I think you would just kind of, I don't know, it'd be really, really boring.
Yeah. What do you think, Josh?
Yeah, I don't think he'd be a good relationship. I think he could be like a good wingman. Like that would definitely be an interesting night, and he's gonna make you look good.
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
Yeah, I think McKenna's right. I think his ego will definitely get the best of him, and I think he likes the idea of a relationship, but would never be able to or willing to put the work into having that.
Yeah.
No, good call. All
as
right.
Soon as the woman, I was going to add, as soon as the woman gets complicated, I feel like he would check out and be like, I don't know, you're too emotional. She's like, I just thought I was having a bad day.
Well, yeah, because as you and I have said before, McKenna, he's super logical. Logic drives his every thought and emotion. So if anything doesn't align with some sort of logic, he's out. He's checked out.
Yep.
So. All right, D for Doctor Strange. We're going to do Elektra, and then I heard someone in chat say they want to do Wolverine next, so we'll do Wolverine after Elektra. So Elektra, nachos. Oh God, I'm going to put her at like actual dog shit. Like, I don't, Josh, you're laughing, but I don't, what do you think, dude? Am I on the right track here, or should I be going the opposite? Should I put her up top?
Well, you had what you say earlier, like she's a bag of hammers, and I was thinking she's crazier than a bag of cats in heat. Like,
yes, yeah, 100%.
Like,
she's absolutely 100% out of her damn mind.
Yeah,
but we have Daniel saying ability to travel, brownstone, New York, mystery exists. About all he's got through Palmer. Strange is a B. Oh, interesting, Daniel. You know, though those are great qualities about him, I don't think that would make for a good relationship. But yeah, Roman agrees with us, Josh. I think she is absolutely 100% butt fucking sane, and no one can. It's so sad that they have her coupled up with Daredevil, because it's like they're on two ends of the spectrum. And it's just sad to see someone who is so like S rank material get matched up with someone who's actual dog shit. But yeah.
And I have to pause really quick. So Daniel's a friend of mine, and the first time he replies in chat is not to vote last night like I was asking, but to disagree with me. So we're gonna have a word later.
Daniel. Yeah.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, hey, brother. Good luck with your conversation. But I mean, I appreciate your view. I appreciate you coming into the chat. But yeah, apparently both times you haven't pulled through, my man. So I'm sorry, but that'll be an interesting talk later.
I'm gonna say Daniel actually touched on something that might be very key for Doctor Strange in a relationship, as he mentioned Dr. Palmer, and it's two individuals that are so driven by like their calling, I guess you could say, that I think they're okay that they don't have a lot of conversation. They both kind of put what they need to do first, and then appreciate each other for what they do and appreciate their time together and know it's limited. And it's like, we're gonna make the most of this weekend and back at it. So I would want that, but
and that's kind of because that's a very I was about to say special type of person, but it just takes a different type of personality to, I guess, enjoy that or be okay with that, but like you said, for Dr. Palmer, absolutely, they 100% match with each other. But for general consensus, you kind of need that affirmation from someone. You can't just continually. But I definitely know what you're saying for sure with Dr. Palmer. But
now, what's funny about it though is we mentioned this last live stream. Like, he's an INTJ, I'm an INTJ, so you would think that I would be like, oh yeah, Doctor Strange, blah, blah, blah. But I relate to him way too much to find him attractive. Having said that, I relate to him. So I understand the whole like logic comes first, not very communicative. I have had to train myself out of those characteristics to balance myself out more socially. What's interesting about this though is in real life, an INTJ or whatever, someone very similar to Doctor Strange, if they find someone they like, they are so talkative. I mean, they're all in, typically speaking. And they want, because they're not used to it, it's all walls down. And I've never seen that in the Doctor Strange, world. So it's kind of interesting.
That's like you said, I have not seen that yet. I have seen him only in kind of Doctor Strange mode. But that's kind of where I prefer him to be. Because it would be kind of a subversion if they had him be someone different. But I definitely understand what you're saying about the INTJ archetype, I guess. So, oh wow, Salty Texas C just dropping in here with a hard nerds. Thank you, Salty. I appreciate it. Salty, you are always welcome here as a fellow nerd. I will have you know, you're more welcome here. Hey, Salty, by the way, my deepest condolences, my man. He says, hail MVP. Hey, us Lord of the Rings fans, man. We're going to have a wild ride for the next 7 months until we wait for this show to come out. Hey, we're going to hold strong, my man. Hail to you. Thank you for being here, but it's going to be a wild ride until we get that next show or that next preview, whatever is going to come next. Who knows? But Nick says, I'm assuming, Nick, you're saying I wouldn't date a superhero in general because he's not risking the Sinister Six, the Brotherhood of Mutants, or any other type of villainous organization coming for him. So I understand, Nick. Your sentiment is heard, and I definitely know what you're saying. Okay, so we were finishing up with Doctor Strange, correct?
Correct.
And then we went from Doctor Strange to Elektra. And McKenna, I didn't really get anything from you as far as Elektra goes, but I didn't know if you wanted to input anything else.
Oh, she's crazy. I agree.
Okay. All right, cool. Yeah, Roman of the Empire, Lords of the actual dog shit. Yep, I agree. I keep wanting to say, well, let's just wait for the show, but nothing is endearing me to watch the show. So I'm like, Amazon, please give me something that I can hold on to, guys. Salty says, dude, it's going to be a blind jump right into the woke Cylon-based shit. Oh, man. You and I need to do another live stream because there's plenty to talk about as of late. And A2D2, welcome. She says, hi, everyone. Great to see you here, A2D2. Thank you so much for being here. So we're all in agreement on Elektra. So now we come to the part of our program that is the, if not my favorite character of all time, one of my favorite characters of all time, not just in the Marvel Cinematic Universe or the Marvel Universe in general, but just overall. We've got Wolverine. Logan Howlett is his name.
I'm so ready.
Killing is his game. He's the best there is at what he does, but what he does is not very nice. Snick it, bub. Let's get to Wolverine. I am actually, surprisingly, I think I got to put him either right in the middle or almost like low middle, because we're talking about a dude who has severe anger issues to the point of where he will turn into berserk mode, where you don't know who you're going to get, whether you're getting Logan, whether you're getting Wolverine, or whether you're getting the berserk animal weapon X. So I'm kind of on the fence. I love him as a character because he is so tortured, because he is a broken soul, because he's kind of an asshole. But to the people that he loves, which is kind of a reoccurring theme here tonight, for the people that he loves, he will drop everything in order to protect them, in order to save them. He fights for those who can't fight for themselves, but in doing so, he risks his own humanity. This is another person, this is another man who has been written on psychologically. He's had books written on him. There's a great book on Amazon about Wolverine and his psychosis. But as you guys can tell, I'm very, very much a fan of Wolverine. But yeah, what do you guys think? I'm gonna keep him at B for now because I think his character speaks for himself, but his rage, his mental disorder is also very frightening for someone who would date him. So what do you guys think?
I mean, I'm already disqualified from this conversation because he is my favorite. Oh, everyone drink.
Everyone
he
drink.
Is my favorite comic book character there is, period. And I would marry him in a heartbeat. So wow. I don't think that I can put aside any of that. I don't think I can give an unbiased opinion. So Josh?
No, I think that's okay, McKenna, because I see where you're coming from, because I mentioned a lot of his cons. His pros are that he's very, in my opinion, he's got that really rugged, good-looking Clint Eastwood style face.
Yep.
And that is dangerous.
Oh,
That's
I know.
Like a great quality that he has. But yeah, so Josh, what are we? I'm very intrigued to hear your opinion on this one, because you could go either way here. I'm not really sure.
I'm gonna kind of talk on his pros, because you mentioned how loyal he would be to the people he likes, but I think we've even seen in his relationships he's very compassionate and passionate, and I would even say romantic. And even though he's got the anger issues, I don't think you have to worry about his anger coming out on you. You just have to get him confident in knowing, like, hey, that fight over there, it's not worth it. That would be your biggest battle. Yeah.
As long as you would be, as his partner, would be able to be strong enough and understanding enough and compassionate enough to be the calming one, to put a hand on his chest and go, this isn't your fight, or you don't need to fight this. You can sit this one out. If you're able to do that, then yeah, he is going to be super romantic. He is almost a hopeless romantic, if you will. Like when you think about Mariko, I think, McKenna, it's interesting. That comic I gave you, X-Men, what was it? It's him and Rogue on the cover.
Yeah.
X-Men 160 or something like that.
That's a good question.
That in that specific comic, Mariko leaves him at the altar, and you see him weeping because she leaves. He is a large hopeless romantic. So great point, Josh. I would have never brought that up, because I would have thought his cons outweighed his pros. So if you are in a relationship with him, he's going to do roses, he's going to do wine, he's going to do the bath, he's going to do everything that you want, because he is so in love with you.
Wow, I was going to ask if I could go wild talking about him, but you guys did for me, so this is great.
Oh yeah, of course. he is like, it's very, it's very difficult to say anything bad about him because I do love him so much, but I have to recognize his faults or else I will seem so biased that I would put him in hubby material every single time. So,
Exactly. Yep.
oh, gosh. this
Daniel
is
makes
tough.
a great point in the chat, though. The whole aging thing, no growing old together.
Yeah,
That's true.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's
But
part of the tortured soul aspect of him.
yeah, for the time that you were with him, though, would that mean that, I mean, because, you know, if you are with him and you do marry him or whatnot, if you grow old, he's going to stay that same age. So you're going to get a really good looking dude for the entire time. So
Your
um,
takes are great.
the only negative, and of course, I got to play devil's advocate again because I do love him so much, but he is 5'2", and that is not the
I
best.
was made for him.
Yeah, you know what? Actually, that's true, McKenna.
Yeah?
He would be tall compared
Eye
to
to
me.
eye. No, actually,
So-
I am. Yeah, tall actually matters a lot. Okay, but talk about being fiercely loved. You know, for whatever time you do have with him, despite his faults. You know, a little rough around the edges, to say the least, but fiercely, fiercely loved. Now, and that's, you know, a lot of his girlfriends have died inexplicably or by his hand or whatever. This is saying I'm aware of that and I would still marry him. So I don't know what that says about me or says about him, but
yeah, I don't know. I think if you were to marry him, he would absolutely be 100% involved in that relationship if Jean Grey was not around, because we have to remember he does have that haunting sense of, I never got to marry my true love, which is Jean. You know, he's always longing for her.
so I need
Michael
to take out
says-
Jean.
I know. Yeah, so you need to get Jean some way. Michael says, I think Max's point ups him to a B. So we've got him at a B right now, Michael. I would say, strictly for what Josh said about the romantic side, and I think McKenna has a great point too, as far as like how passionate he would be in that relationship or in that marriage whenever he would be. I could put him at an A, but I don't know. What do you guys think? Does he belong in a B with Winter Soldier, or can we bump him up one to an A?
I mean, if we put him in A, then I'm doing pretty well because I've got all my guys lined up perfectly.
Oh
So I'm
my
going to say A.
Okay, Josh, what do you think? A or B?
I'm okay with an A personally. I
Hey,
actually am.
all right. Okay. I love it then. All right. Well, you know what? That's great because I was afraid that he was going to end up way lower on this list. So I'm glad
I was
that
preparing
he made that
myself.
way. I know, right?
I did notice, by the way, when you and I both advertised tonight, we both used Wolverine. So it says a lot.
True. Yours was way cooler though.
I had to one up you.
You did. I liked your photo much better. Let's do a rapid fire round, and let's just do some crazy characters based off of hotness. I'm gonna say let's go with like Captain Marvel, like the OG, not Brie Larson Captain Marvel, but like Captain Marvel. I think she's like A or S. I don't know much about her character other than just she looks incredible in that black and gold outfit.
Yeah, like Miss Marvel's fine. She's I mean, look, no, she's hot. I'll say that she's super hot. Character wise, like her draw was, yo, this chick's super powerful, and that's about it. So
You're right. Yeah, she has no depth other than just like, oh, I'm just energy. I'm just full energy blasts and super powerful.
Yeah.
I would have said C.
C, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Any explanation?
I just don't think that she's that attractive.
Okay, fair enough. We'll put her to B. We'll find a happy
Josh.
medium. What?
she was so quick. I just don't think she's that attractive.
Fair enough. I appreciate it.
Hey.
I love the directness, you know. Codenomics, hi, what's going on, man? Great to see you here. Thank you for joining us. For those of you who are just joining us, we are doing a tier list of some of our favorite characters and if they would be great dates or not. Great to be in a relationship with or to marry. And so in honor of Valentine's Day, that's kind of what we're doing with this tier list. Carol Danvers' comic is S tier. Oh, wow. The movie is actual dog shit.
Yeah.
Carol Danvers pre-Captain Marvel, I think, ought to be up there. Okay. I think B is good then, because we've got kind of both takes. Let's do another quick one. Do you guys see anyone on here that you want to throw up there? I know it's kind of small.
I mean,
I
know we skipped him earlier, but I think Luke Cage would actually be a fun conversation to have.
Ooh, okay. I actually don't know too much about Luke Cage, but I do know he's one of the great original street level heroes. Do you want to kind of give him a synopsis?
I'll just tell you what I'm thinking about from a relationship standpoint. So if you're not familiar with Luke Cage, he was called Power Man. He's got like unbreakable skin. He's got strength and everything. But I think personality wise he's such a community guy, and he's so much of he is married in the comics, or was married, because Marvel can't keep relationships. He was married. He has a kid. He was a good dad. And he's constantly kind of involving himself. He gets along with pretty much everybody too. His best friend's Danny Rand, who's either ultra serious or just super kind of young at heart kid in certain ways. But I feel like he just gets along with anyone and everyone. He's kind of like that social butterfly. He can fit in wherever, and he's a leader. Yeah. Right there.
I like his community aspect, like you said. He's definitely there to fight for his family, his friends, his community, his neighborhood. I know him as Power Man and Iron Fist. That's where I first saw him in the team up comic. So if he has that type of level of friendship with Danny, I absolutely think that he could give of himself in a relationship as a father figure. So I'm down with giving him an S. McKenna, do you know much about our boy Power Man here, Luke Cage?
Yeah, so I'm going to be completely honest. I do know about him from today's research that's now in my spreadsheet.
Nice. Okay, well, let's hear what you have to say about this then. Yeah.
Okay, two things. Attractiveness level, he'd be in hubby material by far for me.
Okay, you're not wrong.
Yeah. But then as far as what Josh just said, because that's the most that I know about him now, I would say also hubby material.
Would this be our first hubby material?
I mean, Wolverine, it was my ultimate. But as far as unanimous, yes.
Because I don't see anyone in the chat saying, oh no, I don't agree, because we've got Michael saying A or S tier. They definitely Nick says, I think they did Luke Cage and Danny Rand filthy. Yeah, they definitely didn't do well in their series. So I mean, I can't contest it because I don't know him well enough. But McKenna, you bring up a great point. He is, if we're quoting SpongeBob, tall, dark, and handsome. I mean, what more could you ask for in attractiveness? So even Roman says Luke is solid. So yeah, you're talking about this freaking 6'5" monster of a man who's also able to show compassion and love when he needs to his family. All right, we have successfully given our first hubby material in tonight's tier list. It only took us about an hour and a half, guys. So.
Comics are just kind of messed up,
Well, yeah, I mean, look at these characters and where they fall. So many of them are just kind of broken to the extent to where, and I might say a lot of these are ladies down here in the C tier. But no, I
actually noticed that too.
Because if we're talking realistically, here's Punisher, actual dog shit. He would, granted, when he was if we're talking Frank Castle with his wife, family man, prior Marine, has 2 kids, absolute sweetheart, love him to death. He's, up there, A or S tier. Punisher post incident, actual dog shit. He does not care about women. He doesn't care about people. He's just going to kill. He's on a mission, and that is to take out anything evil. But that's just my opinion.
Yeah, Josh, do you have a different take? I'm really curious.
On
The face
Punisher?
that you're giving.
Josh is
Oh
getting
no,
real.
I was
Yeah.
sorry. I was actually looking, and I was like, man, I'm trying to see if there's any women, if there are any women on the list that I'd put higher up, and I see Storm and Wonder Woman. I think maybe Janet.
So I'm gonna do something bold real quick. I'm just putting them up here for now. I'm gonna put Sue Storm. I'm gonna put who else did we have? You said Wonder Woman, and there was a third one that you mentioned, Storm, right?
I mentioned Storm, yeah, and then Janet Wasp.
I have a
Okay.
theory about the whole women being on the bottom tier thing. If you think about it, and this is a very general statement, but I've seen it. Men who are broken usually have a couple of defaults. There's anger that can form into violence, etc. But they're pretty predictable. They're pretty straightforward. Women who are broken, they are a mess. Like, we honestly can be so messy. Manipulation, emotional blackmail, get inside your head, stir things around, spin you around a few times and then let you free. I mean, really, we can be very complicated and intricate if we're broken. So this kind of makes sense to me.
I didn't say it. For the record, chat, I did not say that. That was all McKenna. Okay.
I take full responsibility for that statement.
Josh, what were you gonna say? I think you were about to say something.
I had two things. One, I was like, is this where you would place them? And then two, I saw Daniel's comment that said Scarlet Witch, and I was like, wait, are you saying she would be a good relationship? Because I'm a Scarlet Witch fan. I'm wearing a Scarlet Witch shirt right now. But that's another bag of crazy. Like, that is another bag of crazy.
Oh, yeah. No, the only reason why she's able to date Vision is because Vision is an AI. He is not a real person. So, that's the only way that she can get away with that. To answer your other question, Josh, this is my personal ranking. I think Sue Storm, Wonder Woman, and Storm are waifu material because Sue Storm is technically a wife to Mr. Fantastic. Wonder Woman, though she, you wouldn't be able to really visit her family because of Themyscira, she would still, you see how much she cares about Steve Trevor, and he's a human. You know what I mean? And then Storm, come on. Can we get any other woman who is that strong, powerful, compassionate, loving, and someone who is just all around a very well written character? And then the Wasp, I don't know her as well, so I just kind of put her at A for now.
So I a couple comments. Wonder Woman and Storm, I think it's very interesting that both of these characters are viewed as demigods in their own respect. And they're two of the most compassionate characters in comics.
Right.
So I think that's interesting. I'm cool with them both being up there because I think they'd be great spouses. Sue Storm, I would drop a little bit. She's had a fling with Namor, but at the same time,
God, that's right.
At the same time, her husband's a prick. So, it's like, I don't know. I'm not condoning cheating, but it's like, I kind of understand why you cheated. But
she cheated on him with another prick because Namor is an asshole. You know what I mean? So
good point.
She
drop her. There we go.
Get her out of here. She's a cheater, but not only is she a cheater, but she's a cheater for someone else who's not good for her. Sue. But her hotness alone, if we're talking about the little 4 window, the Power Girl window in the 90s that she had in her costume.
It's so bad. Come on.
It's so bad. It's awful. It's one of the worst decisions they've made for her costume. But it's super fun. It was very Image and Top Cow when they were doing a lot of those females in that kind of outfit. We'll throw her right next to Carol Danvers, like OG Carol Danvers, because her history. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say I would keep her at A. Like her with Namor is like the one fault I can think of. Other than that, she's been a really good supportive wife. She's a good mom. Like people are allowed mistakes. We'll give her that mistake.
You're very forgiving.
It speaks to his character as well.
I know.
I
was gonna say
it was good.
It's mostly because of her husband. Yeah, he's not the most compassionate or caring person.
But I mean, we all know why she's with him, because he's elastic. You know, he's very stretchy.
Is this another bedroom conversation?
It is. It's headed that way.
Of course, it's another innuendo. How could it not be?
You know, the good thing is with Sue Storm, if she wanted to have her, not tonight, honey, she doesn't have to say she's got a headache. She can just turn invisible.
She's just not there.
That's nice.
Not here.
Yeah,
out of town.
I would use that way too much just in life. I would abuse the heck out of that power.
And then you'd still be able to hear what everyone's saying about you. It'd be great.
Mm-hmm.
Rudy says, it's okay. Sometimes a woman wants what a woman wants. And Code says, people make mistakes. Not me, but most people. Roman agrees. Namor is an absolute asshole. She has a type. She definitely has a type. That's for sure. I think Wonder Woman would be hard to have a normal day with. She's ancient and really busy. She is ancient, but she is capable of empathizing with a new culture, with a new style of life. So I think that she would be open and accepting to, here are my ways on Themyscira, but teach me your ways as a human. I think she would be open to that. And so that's why I don't, like you said, Josh, her compassion speaks greater than her godhood. Yeah. But yeah.
And I think she's I was going to say too, I think she's so enamored with humanity and in love with humanity, especially the good aspects of it, that she'd be a good relationship.
For sure. There was a comic that came out of the New 52, which granted there weren't, a plethora of titles that were fun, but I did enjoy the Superman Wonder Woman title where they did date in that series, and it was kind of an interesting look at what Wonder Woman would look like in a relationship with Superman. So that was kind of interesting. Let's see. Oh, Roman says Mrs. of the Empire made a mistake, and here I am. So that's why. That's all right. Now, McKenna, I being our resident expert on females, then, would you like to speak to our placement of Wonder Woman and Storm as our waifus for tonight?
I'm definitely not a resident expert on females. I confuse myself sometimes. No, I don't. Okay, so two of them that you guys have, Storm, and then what's her name? I'm not familiar enough to say anything about them.
Wonder Woman?
No, Wonder Woman, yeah. I personally love Wonder Woman. I find her kind of boring as well, but other than that, sure, wife material.
All these you definitely like a damaged character.
No,
or some sort of intrigue.
Max, you can't say anything. You had Black Cat as your wife. Come on.
Oh my God, that was one time. But she's talking about Winter Soldier, Wolverine. She's talking about all these different dudes with problems. And I mentioned Black Cat once because she's hot, and everyone goes crazy.
Okay, let's be honest though. We are talking about characters here. They're all broken.
Yeah.
But look who made it to husband material. He's the only one who made it through. Having said that, Captain America and Wonder Woman remind me of each other. They would be very, very boring personalities to me. And I mean, even as friends, I would just find them very straightforward, nothing to figure out, very boring. So I'm disqualified. I cannot vote on this round. Okay.
Now, I will say that though Luke Cage is hubby material, he's not, you didn't consider him boring though, where he still has similar characteristics as Cap. He's not so, I guess, bland. And is it because he's more, you relate to him more because he has more of a humanistic, like relatable side to him, whereas like Cap is so straightforward that he's not as relatable, you think?
That's way deeper than my actual answer. I don't think Cap's
Oh.
attractive. I think he's so much more attractive.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Fair
Yep.
enough.
All
Hey,
right,
you know
moving
what? That's okay. I can't blame you because, like I said, Black Cat for me was really just attractiveness. So, OBG 70, what's going on, dude? Hail and hey, we got to do a Chimerian stream soon, brother. He says, I just got here, but I'd pick Raven over anyone. Ooh, OBG 70, you're in for hurting, brother, because you know Raven is going to have some mental games with you, bro. That's going to be rough. But A Trouble Green is back. Welcome back. Thank you for joining us back. And it looks like the Misses of the Empire doesn't want to be in a garage full of action figures, to which I say, I don't see why not, Roman. It's not like I have problem bringing women into my, Fortress of Solitude here. They don't get weirded out at all. Rudy says, I can share one thing. My wife of over 20 years is my Wonder Woman. Wouldn't trade her for any other woman. Hail to that, man. Amen. That's fantastic. I love hearing that. Okay. Yeah, Rudy says Black Cat is Mr. Steal Your Man for sure. In the bad way, though, because she'll steal him for like the wrong reasons. Okay, so we're good with Wonder Woman and Storm being in our hubby material. We've got Wasp and Sue Storm in A. I didn't really know where to put Wasp, but I think she's fine, in A. Let's see. If we're talking attraction level, I'm going to put Psylocke, just to get another female up here. I'm going to put Psylocke at like an A or an S. I don't really know her character as well, but
she's got some like different versions and personality things in there that are questionable. But if you're just talking about attraction, like,
she's a great fighter. I mean, she's an incredible, incredible warrior, great fighter. We'll put her.
OBG,
we'll put her right next to her.
OBG variety is the spice of life.
Oh my god,
that's awesome.
With the little smiley face next to it. Oh, that's too funny. All right, let's get a guy in here real quick. We got about 15 minutes left, so we can just kind of ramble off some ones that we think might be interesting. I see Hal Jordan. We haven't gotten to Hal Jordan yet. Hal Jordan, Green Lantern, attractiveness, we're talking like hubby material. I think he's a really good looking dude, really in shape. I mean, he's got everything. He's fit, he's tall, he's good looking, but he's always in some sort of but he's always in a different galaxy or a different universe trying to save the entire, multiverse from different intergalactic beings. He's always fighting some sort of galactic war, so he would never be home. So I got to put him like at C or D, just because he wouldn't be there for a relationship.
I don't think he's that attractive, so I put him in C.
I don't either. I think he's boring.
Sorry, I kind of find him ugly.
If you're gonna give me a Green Lantern, give me Kyle Rayner. But
I do really like Kyle. I must say, I really like Kyle. Nerdette's Newsstand. Hey, thank you for being here. Yes, unfortunately, we try and keep the stream to about 2 hours, so we only got about a little bit longer. But thank you for being here. I'll ask my panel and chat if they want to stay a little bit longer, and we'll see where we can go. And it looks like we also have Mid-Ohio Jedi Order stopping by to say hi. Well, thank you guys so much for being here and saying hi. I really appreciate y'all swinging by and coming to hang out. Even Roman is very surprised with this answer. I'm surprised by this answer. I think because when we think about it this way, John Stout, hello, sir. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Now, oh, thank you, Rudy. Yep, hit us up with that thumbs up before y'all leave or before we kind of finish things off here. But for Hal, I'll explain him like this. For me, I think the willpower aspect of him, the fact that he can become Will, like he has been in previous comic books, he has gained the amount of willpower to become the essence of Will, that he will fight that hard for a relationship if he's given the chance. But because he is the Green Lantern of our space sector 2814, he's never really given that opportunity because he's essentially a cop, so he's always on duty. There's never a time that he's not being called out to, go out and save the universe. But the physical, I'm so surprised to hear you guys say that he's just kind of boring looking. That is wild.
I wouldn't say I wouldn't say boring looking. I'd just say boring. I got to step away for 1 second. Work is blowing up my phone, so let me see what this is, and I'll be right back.
Sounds good, man. Thank you. Sorry about that, but yeah, we'll see in just a sec. So yeah, go ahead, McKenna.
Well, now I feel like I don't have my earpiece to help me.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, no, I completely agree. I think C is the best place for him.
Oof. All right. Well, I guess we have to leave him in C then. Nerdette, he can become Will. Giggity. I know, right? I mean, you would think that he'd be able to come up with some cool constructs with his ring, but apparently Josh and McKenna do not agree with me on this one. Max, since Panda McKenna do shows, would you consider a rename of the M&M shows? Since Panda McKenna,
I have to ask what Panda means.
I was about to say, since Panda, I've never heard Panda McKenna before, but that's all
never
right.
been called a panda, that's for sure.
But since McKenna does shows, would you consider a rename of the M&M shows? Not Panda. Okay. A rename of the M&M shows. What would you want us? Would you have a different title for us? Oh, drink.
Oh, both my guys are gone.
I know, right? Sorry, leaving you to fend for yourself.
No, the last time that happened, I was then I really became like Doctor Strange. I was like, well, let's talk something analytical and logical and boring.
Oh my gosh, right? Yeah. So because McKenna and I do shows together, we've named the show Mondays with Max and McKenna, or Monday Misadventures with Max and McKenna. So that's kind of where we came up with. But yeah, if you have anything different, let me know, brother. Roman says Panda McKenna is my new favorite superhero. Don't
you dare, Roman. We're not making this a thing.
McKenna is now forever known as Panda McKenna, and that is her superhero alter ego. How about that?
All of you have a death wish.
Eminem special, a death wish. Rudy, I'll definitely think about it. Eminem specials. It's definitely rolls off the tongue much better. So yeah, I agree, at Trouble Green. If we got any artists or creators that need to do a little panda sketch of Panda McKenna, let's see it.
All right, where's Josh?
Yeah, I know, right? You're like, bring him back, please. So fair enough. We got Hal and C. Oh, that's a disappointment. That's so sad. Now, McKenna, is there anyone on here? Oh, we haven't done Thor yet. What do you think about Thor?
Okay, so I've been waiting for this. All
right.
Thor would. Okay, we've kind of gone over this. I don't understand the Thor infatuation for me. I'm not into blondes. Having said that, I mean, realistically, heavy material, absolutely. Why not?
Wow.
There he is. Josh, we're on to Thor.
I'll think about I was about to say, Josh, is everything good at work, brother?
Yeah, it was policy updates were mask updates for our stores.
Don't get me started.
That's exactly where. Yeah.
You're like, guys, let me get back to talking. Who I would fuck if I were a superhero. Okay, no, I'm kidding.
Guys, I'm doing nerd stuff. Leave me alone. God,
this is important stuff. Come on. So even Nerdette was saying blondes are blech. Wow. We got some, our female viewers of this show tend to not like blondes, and yet Thor continues to be at the top of the list most of the time when they would go for someone who is hubby material. Now, Josh, yeah, McKenna thinks Thor's hubby material. I would put him right around the A slot due to the similar qualities that he has with Aquaman and Black Panther. He has the realm of Asgard that he is trying to protect. Now, he is not king at this moment in time, I guess. However, he still has that longing to be a protector of Asgard, which would be difficult for him to continue to travel back and forth on the Rainbow Bridge from Asgard to Earth and vice versa. So I think he would be gone for a lot of the time. Plus, as a female, would you really want to have any type of competition of female goddesses in Valhalla or in Asgard?
I mean, if you're securing yourself, bring it on.
True. And I love that confidence, McKenna. That's good. But you also have to know young Thor is a player. He is going to he's going to bed like anything that moves, anything remotely at all. So just he may come with a history. This guy has probably seen and done everything.
I know, but it's Thor.
It's Thor. I can't call him hubby material though. Can you picture him with a child, a little baby Thor, and him holding baby Thor and going,
as you say baby Thor, I melt. So yes, I can.
I give up. Josh,
and I don't even want kids to.
Even Ash is saying hubby material, but what were you gonna say, brother?
I was gonna ask McKenna, after last night you talking about your attraction towards Thor. Do you prefer long-haired Thor or like Infinity War Thor?
Great question. Okay, here's the funny thing about that. As soon as he cut his hair, zero attraction. So I don't know what this is. It's weird. But yeah, I like long-haired Thor.
All right.
Because she also has that fascination of the long hair of Bucky, that kind of.
I think it's a long-haired thing. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's gotta be. But like, I've never honed in on that until these 2 live streams. So thanks, guys.
I'm good with him at A. I'm fine with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe on Donnie Cates has been doing some wild stuff with the Thor run recently. Maybe he could add in a baby Thor. So who knows? OBG says he can imagine baby Thor as well out on the street throwing the hammer together. Wow. How adorable.
That would be great.
That would be
instead of baseballers,
guys. Marvel, where are you at right now? Are you guys listening to this conversation? Can you imagine that panel of like Thor whipping across Mjolnir and baby Thor grabbing it and then like throwing it back like a football? Like, come on, guys. This stuff
so cute.
But you've got to set it up where it's like a panel of just Thor saying, "Hey, son, you want to play catch?" And then it just cuts him in the middle of the street. And Thor's like, "So how is school?" And he's throwing Mjolnir.
Yeah, like in a residential. Yeah.
Yeah, and you got his son that's like catches Mjolnir, and he's like, "It was fine."
Just very, very simple, like humanistic panel with something as wild as throwing Mjolnir. I love it.
I think it'd be great if the kid tossed it to another superhero who can't hold it
and just gets wrecked by it.
Yep.
And then he has to teach him the ways of, hey son, you realize Mjolnir is not just a toy. You can't just be throwing it around like that.
Yeah.
Roman says, guys, got to go to help minimize misses of the Empire killing me in my sleep. Love you guys. Hey, love you too, man. Thank you so much for being here. You are always welcome. And once again, I appreciate the thing that you said to me in the private messages and everything. You are a huge supporter of myself and this channel here, and I greatly appreciate it, man. So we'll see each other soon for sure. Trouble Green, they saved the world, but man, they've got issues. I don't know if Thor settles down. I don't know that might be. I don't know if he'd have like if we're talking issues. We're talking like Wolverine and Winter Soldier and stuff. But Thor doesn't really have his issue is his own like self. What would you call that? not hubris, but like he's overconfident. He's a bit cocky at times, you know. Wayne says, I got to take off, guys. Josh, thanks for joining via Cam, McKenna, and Max. See you on Insta. Yeah, man. Hey, thank you for being here. And we're super thankful to have Josh here tonight. So I'm glad he was also able to make his appearance here. And then Nerdette says, Josh, do you have a channel? I don't think I'm subbed.
I don't. There might be one in the near future. Right now, with my day job, realistically, I can't fit a YouTube channel in. So maybe in time. I
would sub. I would be your first. Like if you told me, if you launched your channel and I wasn't your first sub, I would be broken. No, I'm kidding. Nerdette says, I totally understand. Yeah, Nerdette, he does have a website though. If you go to Popped by Culture, correct?
Yep.
popbyculture.com, or you can find them on Twitter as well. He writes some incredible, really well written and really well researched articles. You can find him on the Comic Aficionados on Saturdays with Wes and the lot of us. So yeah, go definitely check him out there on Twitter. Even Rudy saying, Josh, you need a wrench. We got you. Let's see. You know, I was blessed when Max crossed my path. You hold respect and loyalty, sir. Oh, wow. Is that for me or is that for Josh? Rudy, either way, I greatly appreciate it, man. Or maybe it's for McKenna.
For you.
Oh, well, thank you, Rudy. I appreciate that.
And McKenna's like, no.
I was like, love for me. It's for you.
A Trouble Green, is there a single man in this lot that wasn't a player when they were young, or am I unrealistic and unreasonable? Now, when you say this
Steve
lot,
Rogers.
I was gonna say, like,
Yeah.
are we talking superheroes, or are we talking in chat and on the panel? Those
What
are
about
two different.
Superman?
So we could do Soups next. I don't really think he had Lana Lang, and that was really his first true love. And then after that, he met Lois. So it wasn't really like he was playing the field. And wow, I mean, imagine the type of, like, to meet Lana, who's near perfect, and then to meet Lois, who can be hard-headed at times and a little heated and, you know, very strict about her job and everything, but ultimately a great mother. I mean, to meet two amazing women like that back to back, that's pretty damn impressive. A Trouble Green, if we're talking about superheroes, yeah, I think Cap and Soups would be our men to kind of talk about if we're saying who don't really have a nasty past or whatnot. So let's bring Soups up here. He is a bit boring if we're going by McKenna's standards.
I wasn't going to say it.
But if we get rid of the boring aspect, do we put him in? I won't accept anything lower than an A. So do we put him in hubby, S, or A?
I would not accept anything lower than hubby.
Okay, I was wondering if
I was going to say S.
Okay.
If you have anything lower than hubby, then I'm going to challenge that you go read Pete Tomasi and Patrick Gleason's Superman run, because he is like, one, not boring, two, just a ton of fun. And they actually kind of did our catch reference, except he and his son John were playing like catch with a baseball, but they were just like launching it, just. But yeah, no, he's, for me, I think he's hubby status.
Okay. My only reasoning why he would not be hubby status for me is I cannot like send him out every day in spandex. I don't like his suit. I'd be like, babe, I'm so sorry. Can't do this.
That's like the whole roster.
I know.
I was about to say, like, I think we can give him a pass on his suit if he's literally the most powerful being in the entire DC universe. Like, I wouldn't mind sending him out with some red tidy whities on.
I couldn't do it. Couldn't send him out the door and be like, wow, that's so hot, babe. I just couldn't.
But then when you get home and he comes back to you and he takes off his uniform, like,
I can't.
You have all of Superman. He doesn't have to have his outfit on. None of that. Like, he is just all yours. And you're still saying, Nah, I'm good.
I can't do it.
Wow. Well, it seems that Josh and I are really the only true men who understand who he really is at his core. Nah. A Trouble Green says, I'm good with boring. With my anxious issues and type A personality, I think he'd suit me. Yeah, like a Trouble Green, I there are a lot of women who wouldn't mind Cap or Soups or any of these kind of like, I guess you could call them boring-esque characters. Because it means like stability, and you can rely on that, even if it tends to be boring or whatnot. And yeah, so there are ways around that. But
I would also say,
go
just
ahead,
from
brother.
a like spouse standpoint,
Mhm.
except for rare exceptions, it's like you don't have to wonder if he's gonna come home or not. Like, like some of these more human
Yeah.
characters, like,
Yeah,
God, I hope they
true.
make it through the night, or I hope they make it through the mission. With Superman, you're like, yeah, he's coming home. We're good.
Yeah.
Go do your
Yeah,
thing.
true.
I'll have
Yeah,
dinner
like
ready
if-
at 6.
Yeah, right. And you could he could be out saving the universe, and you could literally whisper and say, hey babe, dinner's ready. And he would be able to hear that and go, oh, sorry guys, I gotta take off, and come back home for dinner unscathed.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
Except
This
for
is
I
gonna
can't
get-
cook, so
I can teach you how to cook, McKenna.
great, thank
Um,
you.
Oh yeah, that's true. Our we've also got a great cook and barbecuer in the house with Josh being here. So
Oh, barbecue. Now you speak my language.
yeah.
Hoorah.
So yeah, because like we were talking about earlier with Daredevil, you're letting your blind husband go out there as a human, kind of rampage the streets of New York. Who knows if he's coming back with a missing limb, with a not coming back at all? Daredevil puts it on the line, and he's just a dude. So yeah, the Superman definitely has that like reliance of, hey, you know he's coming home every time. So
And guys, I'll be back in 2 seconds.
okay, sounds good. We shall be here. Now, Josh, this is an outlier, but I think this one it would be kind of fun. Martian Manhunter.
Ooh.
He wouldn't really know and pick up like social cues or like human aspects of life, but the fact that he can transform into whoever you would want him to be, I'm thinking like, dude, you could just be like, hey, could you be Brad Pitt today? Or could you be like Hugh Jackman today? And he would be like, yeah, sure, why not? So that in itself would, or, well, I don't know. Like I said, I don't think he would really understand social cues, but he's noble, he's quiet, he's easygoing for the most part. But he just comes from a completely different race of beings. What do you think?
I he's so like even kill and well mannered. I think he could be a good
Yeah.
spouse, and he's also got the telepathy thing. So
Oh yeah,
his ability to conversate would be pretty easy, or communicate, I should say.
yeah. No, that's such a good point. Zax, he says, Max, what's going on, Zax? Thank you for being here, man. And my man Flaccid, he goes, dropped in just to say hi. My nagging wife is keeping me away from the stream. I'll watch it tomorrow. Hail Max, McKenna, and chat. Hey, Flaccid, not a problem. Thank you for even just stopping by to say hi. But have a great night with your wife on Valentine's Day. And don't worry about it, man. You'll watch it tomorrow, and we're glad that you just came by to stop by and say hi. Well, yeah. Then let's move him up a few. Then I'll move him up to A, because I don't know. I don't. He doesn't strike me as someone who you could like, I don't know, have really long and intricate conversations with, but he is very
Yeah.
well spoken and knowledgeable. But like after a while, you would just be like, okay, so who are you though? Like, what's your personality? Like, and it would just be kind of difficult to understand who he is as a person, because he is so even keeled. But okay,
Yeah, McKenna, we're talking about Martian Manhunter. I think too, it's one of those things. I feel like, and let me know if this makes sense. I feel like he'd be an easy relationship, but not a
Yes.
great relationship. Like, I think
So
you could just go
true.
through the motions, but I don't know if there'd ever really be like heart there.
Yeah, you would never feel like you are just head over heels in love with this person. You know, it would just be kind of, he's a great pick. You know, he's a great spouse, but
Just like
you
Cap.
know, okay. Which is why
I
we
was,
have
I
him.
was,
Oh, go
no,
ahead.
go ahead. I was just gonna say, getting back to what you're saying about Martian Manhunter, though, if you wanted Brad Pitt for a day, he could. So if you're into
That's
like adventures in the
that.
bedroom,
Yeah. That might kind of bump him up a little bit up to S here, because though it would be a very easy relationship, it would be like, you know, like you said, Josh, any night of the week you could have your pick of who you wanted to be with. So might be something kind of to think about. We are kind of coming to a close here. I'm looking through some of these heroes, and I think we're pretty much all finished up. We could go through like all of these for another hour, because we didn't touch Ben Grimm, the Thing, who is kind of this hopeless romantic and holds himself back from loving because of his own insecurities of how he looks. We've got Starfire, the gorgeous and, you know, kind of fun and loving Starfire. Peter Parker, Spider-Man, Norrin Rad, Silver Surfer.
I have to pause you on Starfire.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
See, I think she's kind of annoying. So do you guys like, I do want to know your thoughts on that really quick.
What do you think, Josh, on Starfire?
I can understand why McKenna finds her a little annoying. She's kind of like I'm trying to think of how to describe it. She's kind of like the girl that made straight A's in school. Like, she's got that personality.
Yeah, but like never tried.
Yeah, not even that. Like, not even because she's super smart, but she's like so worried about getting a B. Like, I feel like she's that girl. She's like, oh, I gotta do this. I have to go home and study.
Okay.
I feel like just her personality kind of falls into that vein. I don't mind her though. Like,
well, I feel like she's also like, she actually does remind me of some college students that I was in school with way back. But she would be that student that as soon as the teacher or the professor is like, all right, guys, go work on your projects alone, she would be like, well, can we do this as a group? And for me, I'm like, oh, I hate you. So that's her. That's why I don't like her.
She does tend to be much more like optimistic, which could get super old after a while. Like
Troubled Green. Troubled Green says, "I'm that girl."
I am so sorry.
And so with the little raising her hand, I'm that girl. Well, a Troubled Green, I don't necessarily see that. But she goes,
there we go.
No groups. Crap.
And I was like, I don't think so, but
yeah, a Troubled Green, I definitely think you're much more of a, I guess I could say an introvert. But yeah, with Starfire, I think she's fun. She does have that kind of, I have to get all straight A's personality, but I don't know if that necessarily like gets rid of her for me, but it doesn't endear me towards her. She is, I mean, absolute fire though, if we're talking attractiveness. So if I'm going back to like my male side of the brain, like without any type of emotional connection, I do think she's high up on the list. So that's why I kind of put her right in B. Like, she's attractive, but like there's nothing really pulling me towards her saying I would love to be in a relationship with this woman. So
if we were able to break this down in real life for friends of ours, do you know how much time and heartache we would save for all of us?
What do you mean? Like trying to explain to
perspective? Like, yeah. Perspective relationships.
I guess, but then again, like if I tried to explain this to some of my friends, they would be like, dude, shut up. Like they wouldn't, they wouldn't have gotten past like my first, it's like that scene in Mallrats where the two guys are talking about if Superman were to ever impregnate Lois Lane, and they're like super into it, and they're talking about like, no, he could never do it because like unless he had like a kryptonite condom or something like that, and they're laughing and they're joking about the relationship, like I would never be able to have that with a normal friend, because they would just, the second I said like, hey, what do you think? They would be like, dude, I'm not talking nerd shit with you. I'm sorry.
Does that make us your abnormal friends?
No, that makes you guys more endearing. I want to hang out with you more. A Trouble Green says, huge introvert, but also a straight personality. I was Hermione in college. Oh, Liviosa, not Liviosa.
Okay, this might be a hot take, but I thought Hermione was pretty dang hot. Not from a physical standpoint necessarily, just like, all right.
You like her personality?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess I never really felt like she was just another student at the school. I don't know.
Time out. Did you read the books though, or just the movies?
I didn't. That's the thing.
See, read the books. Yeah. Like as straight laced as Hermione can be, she's like a total badass too. Because she's like, whatever, we're doing this. Let's go. And I'm like, all right,
yeah.
I like that. That's cool. Okay, McKenna, did you read the books as well?
I've tried so many times, but I just can't get through the first 2 books. Love the stories. It's not my writing style. But I do love Hermione's character for the most part. There's some things that I find annoying. Come to think of it, I might find a lot of things annoying about a lot of people, so it might just be me. But I do like her fire, her character. What I really like about her is when she is bullied or pushed, she pushes back. She makes it very clear, you just don't mess with me. So I really like that about her, and I think that's good for kids to see.
That's cool. I like that. I would have never thought about that. I guess I never, like, as a kid, I probably had a crush on her from the movies, but I never read the books to know like too much about her other than that. So, now,
Max, I was gonna go back to Starfire for 1 second to give you something that might bump her up a little bit.
Ooh,
if she kisses you, she learns your language.
Like my love language, or just
just how to like converse, like speaking English. It's like, all right, I'm gonna make out with this dude. I can speak English now.
Well,
I actually did think that was pretty cool, for the record.
So she has to kiss me. So
I mean, I'm sure she could learn. I'm sure she could learn the regular way, but if she kisses you, she learns to speak your language.
Interesting. That may bump her up a bit. The
that
thing
can also
would be,
bump her down.
I was going to say,
why
because
are you kissing everyone? I wanted to learn French.
Oh yeah, that's true. Because then she'd just be like, and she wouldn't really have the wherewithal to understand that that's not like a social, like she wouldn't understand that social cue that like you can't just go around kissing people. So, and it's probably, she probably isn't given like full on Frenchies, but at least she's given them like a little, I don't know. Michael says S tier. Thanks, Josh. See, that's why we got him on the channel. Now, while you were talking, McKenna, I did something a little upsetting that you probably didn't notice, may or may not have noticed.
I did notice it because I trusted you.
There's
my judgment.
I appreciate that. Well, thank you. I basically, I put this here a while ago. This is Scarlet Witch. I put her in actual dog shit because she's way too many issues.
I love Scarlet Witch.
But, I mean...
Just from relationship status, yes. Look, I love her too. I love her too. I'm not going to lie.
I know. Look at this. I have a sticker.
You do?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know, guys. I leave for 5 minutes, and this is what happens.
I know. I'm sorry. You're gonna hate me for the next one, though. You're really not gonna like my next one, because my next one is Rogue, and I think she is either D or actual dog shit. Only because she is a tease. Because you look at her relationship with Gambit, he can never touch her. He can never be with her like in that way. He can never hold her hand. He can never kiss her, even in like just a romantic sweet fashion. You can never get close enough with her to like to that degree. and yet she still sweet talks you in that, little Southern Belle accent. She calls you sweetheart or honey, and your heart melts inside, and then you realize, oh well, this is for nothing because I can't be with her. So I think she's an absolute tease. Not only that, but she is one of the hottest, if not the hottest X-Men, or maybe even one of the hottest female characters in the Marvel Universe. So that is my rebuttal for Rogue to be that low. So McKenna, I want to hear your thoughts on this.
You do not want to hear my thoughts on this. I was so disappointed in both of you. We were all getting along here.
Josh hasn't said anything yet.
I was giving it a thumbs. I was giving a thumbs down to his opinion, not that she should be low. Yeah.
You allowed this. No. Okay. So first of all, I can't disagree with all of that. So the parts that I can disagree with, Gambit was also a jerk sometimes. From what I know about Gambit, he's had his problems.
Yeah.
Didn't he kind of put all the X-Men at odds with him more than once? And this is off of remember, I'm new to this, so I don't know for sure. From what I've seen, Gambit had some major problems. And as far as being a tease, imagine a physical touch was your top love language, like you blew it out of the charts, right? And then you cannot touch anyone, and you are cursed with this. For someone to stick around and still love you for who you are, I'm getting way too mushy for my personality here. It's kind of freaking me out. But imagine that someone sticks by your side. That's incredible to me. That's not being a tease.
It's incredible for, don't get me wrong, that person has a lot of nobility and honor if they would put their own feelings aside towards that and acknowledge Rogue's feelings and say, I know how difficult this is for you, but I'm here for you.
Mm-hmm.
But she's still a tease though, because she's still in that tight outfit. She's still got the beautiful, white streak in her hair and, flinging that hair around, still calling people sugar. That's still being a tease.
I'm from the South.
Yeah.
Everyone calls people sugar.
But the way that she says that...
She married Magneto. So there's commitment in her blood.
Right, but drink. I'm allowed of drink actually, so I can't join you guys in that one.
And by the way, full honesty, I'm completely getting support from Daniel, who's texting me right now to help me out. So thank you.
Oh my god. Well, I don't see Daniel in the chat, so I don't know. Rudy says, Max, I got to bounce, but eventually I would like to apply for your Blue Wrench internship program. And even if I don't get one, I'm still a supporter of your show. Your game is on. Hey, well, thanks, dude. I appreciate you saying that, Rudy. Just send me a message on Instagram. Cause let's hang out and talk. And I'd love to, I think I've seen you every now and then in the chat, but yeah, brother, I appreciate you, supporting me and supporting us. It really means a lot. So, but have a great night. And like I said, thank you for being here. Sugar, darling, dumpling, all allowed.
Yeah.
So,
I'm not done yet. Tight clothes.
No.
Tight clothes.
But with that figure, I mean, come on.
She can't help her figure.
I know, but she also can't help her power, but she could wear something a little bit more baggy as to not be such a tease. I don't know.
Okay, Black Cat.
Yeah, exactly. I would get so frustrated because I'd be like, I literally love you so much. And the fact that I can't touch you is so it hurts because of how much you know what I mean? So I'd be like
I feel like she could go to Reed Richards and be like, listen, I'm getting married. I need a body condom. Stat.
Ooh, okay.
I mean, it still wouldn't be perfect, but it would be close enough.
It would be close to body condom. Something, yeah. Reed would be able to come up with something, but I mean, man, it would still be so. You would just feel because even if they get married or whatever. At the ceremony, and they go, all right, you may now kiss the bride. You can't even do something as simple as that. So it's difficult to to I don't know. Well, do you, Josh? I guess I'll say, should she be as low as she is because of her ailment? I guess.
I mean, I wouldn't put her that low. I feel bad for her.
Yeah, that's true.
Like it'd be one thing. It'd be one thing if she teased everybody and then chose not to touch people, but like, I think for her, because I think sometimes this is gonna go awkward and deep, but I think sometimes you need sex so you can feel good about yourself, and she clearly can't have that. So she's trying to like be as sexy as possible just to feel sexy from time to time. That's the only way she's going to be able to.
I actually think she dressed more conservatively than half the people on this board. Like, she's not even showing her ankles, I don't think, does she? No, she doesn't even show her ankles, guys.
No ankles. Wow.
She has a point. I'm not going to lie. I mean, the only person we could compare her to as being conservative would probably be Sue Storm, but even she had the boob window at one point.
True. And like, if we're talking like as little clothing as possible, like Psylocke has one of those like bodysuits that just like it's the V, and like that's it, So she does have a conservative outfit. It is very tight. And to address both of your concerns, it does make me feel bad because she is kind of also haunted by the fact that she can't, herself, she can't touch anyone. And so that probably hurts her just as much as it does her significant other.
And you know what? Some people don't even care about physical touch as much. It's very low on their love language list. So maybe Gambit doesn't really want lots of physical touch.
I don't know. Gambit's a play.
I think Gambit's
I was real quick. I was like that example.
Our man Gambit definitely, like, even in the X-Men animated series, like in the 90s, like Gambit was all over that, that ass. So he definitely. Now, so I'll give her the benefit of the doubt. I'll put her with the rest of our girls here. I'll put her with Black Cat and Black Widow, Catwoman.
It's a Trouble Greens comment. You've got to pull up a Trouble Greens comment, please.
Oh, this one?
Yes.
I think she's talking about the ankles.
Like that.
Trouble Green, were you talking about the ankles?
That was great.
Oh man. As McKenna and Josh are both from, I guess you would call that the Bible Belt, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Josh, I know you're.
Sorry, where are you from?
Oh, I'm from Texas. I grew up in East Texas. I actually worked for a Baptist church for 4 years. So
did you really?
Yeah, I think that's part of the reason I was like, "Yep, that was great."
Yep.
Trouble Green is definitely talking about the Baptist analysis for the ankles. Thankfully, I went to, because I mean, I think you guys know, even those of you who are watching this in chat or on the replay, I went to a private Christian school out in Texas, and they had like curfew times where like females couldn't be in your dorm room past like 8 o'clock at night. Like it was very, very strict about how they, decided that. I don't know about our dress code though. You could definitely show ankles, that's for sure. But so I wanted to do Rogue, because I know that Rogue is your girl, McKenna. Like if Wolverine is my guy, then Rogue is your girl. So I'm sorry she couldn't be higher, but
she could be higher.
Should we put her at B just to make people happy?
Well, because think about it. If she did not have her ailment of not being able to touch people, she is actually at her core designed for love and commitment and et cetera, et cetera.
Oh, without her, like, I guess I'll call it an ailment, but it is a power, Without her power, she's above waifu material. She's like, put a ring on it now. So I don't disagree with you there. I think she's one of the highest contenders, with Wonder Woman and Storm, on our female list to be a fantastic couple. But this is
this is not highly biased here because my McKenna Rogue is not named after her. I fell in love with her after.
Oh, right.
Yeah, there's no tie there.
That's
That means
actually true.
there's no tie there.
You have confirmed that. That's right. So, well, like I said, I wanted to kind of get Rogue on here before we finished up, and I'm sorry we went a little over time, guys, but it seemed like we were just having way too much fun with some of these characters. So
For sure.
And we can always like revisit this, or if you guys are rewatching this on the replay, give us a comment and see if there are any other characters that you wish we would have talked about, or anyone that we left out. And if you guys are in chat, I cannot thank you how much fun it's been to have you guys here with us for 2.5 hours. That is awesome. And A Trouble Green, thank you for being here. I know last night you couldn't make it to the Super Bowl Sunday Marvel MCU countdown, but we had a blast. So I'm just thankful you were here tonight. Michael, we didn't even get to Spidey. I know, brother, we got to Black Cat, but we didn't get to Spidey. Peter Parker, we'll because that's a whole nother conversation, and that would take a whole nother stream. So maybe we'll save them for next time. But before we head out, yeah, Josh, thank you so much for being on here with us tonight, man, and taking the time out of your day to come say hi. And because you don't have a channel, where can we find you otherwise, like whether that's on Twitter or on your website?
So you can find me on Twitter at Joshua L. McDonald, and then my website, popbyculture.com. And then the Twitter handle for that is @bypopped. And before I sign off, hashtag Nightwing is hubby material.
Oh, we didn't do Nightwing.
It's okay. It's okay.
That's true. Oh, I'm so sorry. We didn't even touch
You're
it.
Good. You're good.
Gosh,
it was
dang
fun.
it.
Tonight was a lot of fun. I'm glad I joined.
Good. Okay, cool. Well, you know what? I can't disagree. So if we did have the chart back up, he would probably be up there. McKenna, are you well versed in Nightwing at all?
From my spreadsheet today, yeah.
Okay, our boy Nightwing.
Ask
All
me
right,
again like
fair
a
enough.
month or so.
What's up?
Ask me again like a month or so.
I know, right? I tend to lean, as far as characters go, I tend to lean more towards Red Hood because I understand his. I know. I understand his anger. I know why he's upset. I can physically feel like why he is so mad, and why, because he ultimately in the real world he's like, bro, Joker's been caught and released thousands of times. When are we just going to end it? Which is what he addresses. Oh, is that what you got over there?
Well, it's Huntress, but Huntress is very much she was Red Hood before there was ever a Red Hood. Huntress, if you're not familiar with Huntress is like a combination of Daredevil and Punisher in one.
And she's got that black and purple color scheme that is just like fire. So good.
Chef's kiss.
Absolute chef's kiss. She actually has a 1/3 scale statue that's like Superman over here is 1/3, and she's got a 1/3 statue that I have. I would be out of my mind to purchase it, but I have every insane thought to do so because it is just that is true chef's kiss. I just don't have any more room. That's the only thing. But yeah, no, the Bat family, there's so many characters we didn't even touch on tonight that would have been great additions. McKenna, was there anyone that you would have liked to see? I know I did your girl dirty. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I know. No, we covered mine. I just don't like most of their placements.
Oh my gosh. we did give you the benefit of the doubt for like some of the boring ones, like you said, I think, right? Like, I think we were able to find some sort of middle ground, I guess.
There's a little compromise there, yeah. I know, like, to speak very honestly, in real life, you guys brought some wisdom to the table that I would be a fool not to listen to. But if we're talking like comics, then I mean, why is Wolverine not heavy material?
I would be hard pressed to disagree with you as well, or like, because I definitely think he should be top of the line, but in good conscience, I have read the Barry Windsor Smith Weapon X series, And when you read that, it's haunting, and you understand why he wouldn't be hubby material strictly for that series alone. And that's
Yeah.
why. But but yes, I know we've had to put Cap at what, A or S, and I know you wanted him at D, so I know we kind of had to compromise there.
McKenna.
I know. What would make him? What would give him? What for you? What would bring him from a D to where we put him at like an A or an S? Was it just strictly looks?
Long hair.
Well, no,
Yeah,
because
that's what it would be.
think about in the movies when he comes back with like the black suit and the longer, like kind of messier hair. I couldn't take him seriously. No, and I know that's like Chris Evans, and I can't take him seriously, period. But yeah, I just couldn't even like. It was kind of a throwback to Spider-Man doing that. Tobey Maguire, right? Say can't really take it seriously. That's the vein that it hit for me. So I just don't think I'm a Cap kind of girl.
Hey, that's totally fair. I think everyone is accustomed to their own biases, and that's why I had you guys on, because I knew we were all going to have something that was like we were all three of us going to agree all at once or all disagree all at once. So I think that was what was so good about it. So I'll finish this off by just saying thank you everyone in chat. Thank you for everyone who's going to watch this later for being here. If you are watching this live, have a fantastic Valentine's Day as we send everyone off. And thank you for just hanging out and having fun and laughing with us, because this is what we wanted to do, is kind of get people's mind off of shit. If you've had a rough year, whatnot, dating, well, let's just talk about superhero dating, because that's even more fun. So but yeah, I'm very thankful for everyone to come out, and I'm very thankful for our panel tonight. You guys have been awesome, and thanks to Josh for being our first ever guest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know I had that honor. I feel
man.
special.
No,
Sweet.
we're on. I think this is episode 12 or 13.
13, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Nice.
So it only took us 13 episodes. So
There we go.
OBG 70 all was a ton of fun. Thanks for being here, Ash. Good night. Thank you for being here as well. A Trouble Green. Hey, we're gonna get you on here soon, a Trouble Green, because we need to have a serious discussion about Lord of the Rings, and that's gonna be like a 4-hour stream. So when that happens, we're bringing you on. Okay, so we're talking soon. But yeah, thank you guys again for being here. We'll catch you next week on